Good evening, sports fans. It's late March, which means it's time for some high school football here at Calder Stadium, the site for tonight's non-league game. Independent league game between the visiting Notre Dame Tritons and the host Menasha Blue Jays. That's right, late March, high school football. I'm Ricardo Arguello here, hanging out, as always, with Brett Christopherson, and, of course, bringing you those high-definition shots is Jim Rosandick. We're all part of the USA Today Network Wisconsin digital live stream team. And, Brett, I'm going to say it a third time. It's March, and we're here at a football game, but we're pretty excited because this is kind of cool to be sitting here almost, I guess, technically we are in spring now. We're watching some gridiron action.
It's spring, but it feels like football weather.
Yes,
a little cloudy, a little windy, a little cool. Like Menasha Athletic Director Rick Rabel said earlier, this feels like November, like we're getting ready for the playoff push. Hey, better late than never, right? We had a fall season. Obviously, we got to stream a number of those games, and now it's kind of the big boys' turn in essence, right? You got kind of that power conference that has Kimberly and Bayport and Fond du Lac and all those teams, Appleton North, Appleton East. We're going to see those teams, Neenah. But then you have these two squads, and these two squads tried to play in the fall. It didn't work out. They didn't get into that super conference league. So what are they going to do? They're going to play an independent schedule, and why not play each other right out of the chute? Hey, it's week one. It's spring football. Let's hope this is the only time we ever have to do this. We want things back to normal here as quickly as possible, but what the heck? Let's have some fun, and let's take this all the way into early May. I can't wait, especially when I came out and did a live stream check here. I was like, hey, I'm kind of getting ready for some football again. Why not?
Bro, you're going to be back in shorts here midway through the season.
It's reverse, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, and thank you again, everyone, for tuning in tonight's game. We're really pleased and excited to bring you some high school football action, especially between two teams of this caliber. Notre Dame, of course, Menasha, both are very storied programs, especially Menasha of late, and we're expecting a real good one here at Calder Stadium. Well, I guess we'll start off, Brett. I'll read off some Menasha notes.
There's not too many notes for the opener.
Because this is the first game. Then you'll finish with some Notre Dame notes as well. But, yeah, Notre Dame. By the way, these notes put together very nicely by Brett Christopherson. He'll be doing that all season long, during the spring season, I should say. Blue Jays are ranked number 1 in WisSports.net medium school state rankings here in the spring. They're considered an independent team, as Brett mentioned. They're coming off a sensational 2019 season. Saw them finish 12-2 and advance to the WIA Division III state championship game. That's where they fell to DeForest 8-7 in a thriller at Camp Riddle Stadium. Brett, they played DeForest later this season.
That's going to be a good game.
Yeah, it absolutely will be. Menasha, though, they did lose a lot of firepower from that squad due to graduation. A lot of these names are going to be very familiar to the area. Guys like quarterback Cole Pope.
Yep.
He had 1,956 yards passing. Running back Tyler Reel.
I think it's Rail.
Did
you forget already?
Brett, it's been a year and a half. 2,083 yards rushing. A lot of folks forget that he was a heck of a running back for the Blue Jays. Of course, Brady Jurgella, 846 yards receiving. 4 starting offensive linemen they also lost, but they do return a fantastic receiver, Brett. Luke Maurer. Did I say that right?
Maurer
was named All-Bay Conference honorable mention in 2019. He finished with 55 catches, 733 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Now, the big question for the Blue Jays this spring is who will fill those holes? There are quite a few returning letter winners to choose from. We do know that. And Coach Jeremy Korth has developed a program that really does reload rather than rebuild, and that's true of all of our great programs in the area, Brett. They're consistently good every year. And again, as you mentioned here, Brett, that's why Menasha is one of the top teams this year in the state year in, year out, Divisions 2 or 3. Now, look at this. Next Thursday, and I mentioned this in my my 5 things to watch, they're going to be road warriors when they do travel. I mean, they're going all over the state. Their next matchup's at Racine Horlick next Thursday, kickoff set for 7 p.m. Brett, what can you tell me about those Notre Dame Tritons?
Yeah, Tritons coming off a 2019 season. Ricardo saw them 1-8, finished 1-8. Very rare off season for Notre Dame. Now, last season's quarterback Hogan Anderson threw for 401 yards that season. Running back Will Zellner rushed for 290 yards. Zellner was also an All Fox River Classic Conference Honorable mention at defensive back, and I see Hogan Anderson listed on the roster this year as a tight end / linebacker, senior, 6'4", 205 pounds. Notre Dame, of course, we know their storied history: 9-3 in 2018, 10-3 in 2017, 12-2 in 2016, where it advanced to the Division III state championship game. Remember the Tritons fell to Catholic Memorial 24-14 in that title contest. So again, kind of an anomaly. Easy for me to say, anomaly.
There you go.
You can't say last names. I just can't say words. But for the Tritons, I expect them to have a little bit of a bounce back here in the spring. They've got an interesting schedule, too. We'll go through both teams' schedules here and what's coming up. But first things first, our national anthem. Ricardo, to finish that one more little tidbit for Notre Dame. You mentioned Menasha at Racine Horlick next Thursday. The Tritons on the road at Racine Case next Wednesday.
Wow.
So a midweek game, only 6 days to prepare after tonight. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. And as we wait for both teams to get ready, starting lineup, looks like Notre Dame is going to be a team starting lineup. More and more teams doing that. But let you all know that we're going to be back at it tomorrow night. Back-to-back Varsity Game of the Week live streams. Appleton North hosts rival Appleton East. That's a Fox Valley Classic Football Conference showdown. Over at Paul Engen Field, our live stream coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. on postcrescent.com. Also, the Post Crescent's Facebook page and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. And remember, you can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on any of our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Ricardo, did you know all you have to do is go to sports, the sports section, scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link.
Sweet. As we get ready here, we're a minute or two away from the start of tonight's, again, independent game between these two. I don't even want to say they're rivals, Brett, but wouldn't it be nice if these two did somehow forge some sort of rivalry? I think, obviously they're close in enrollment size. So we're going to see these two teams to start.
Yeah, remember Rosie kind of mentioning, too, that the conferences were supposed to be sort of reshuffled this season or 2020 season. Of course, hopefully we'll see that more in 2021 when things presumably are a little bit more back to normal. Hey, first, before we get going, Ricardo, thanks to our big sponsors, Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon. First Festival Foods has a deep sense of community pride and responsibility, which is why they are dedicated to making a positive impact throughout Wisconsin. Festival Foods knows that getting involved and doing good is part of being a good neighbor and member of the community, and they strive to be a true asset to our communities and embody the give-back spirit of Wisconsin. And did you know, Ricardo, registration is open for the 30th running of the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Secure your spot to be at this year's event, September 17th through the 19th. There's a safe race for every pace, but participation is limited for this year, so you want to register soon to make sure you're part of the celebration. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. Ricardo, I want to see you out on the marathon course.
I'll be chugging along as Wolfram getting ready to kick to Maurer and Kahn deep, both for Menasha. And here we go, the spring football season, or alternate fall season.
There's Maurer from the 4.
Takes it out just past the 15.
Let's give number 33 for the Tritons credit. Ethan Ruggles, a junior linebacker, running back, 5'10", 160 pounds, wrapping up Maurer. So 1st and 10, here we go. First play of the game will be from the Menasha 15-yard line.
Maurer, the most recognizable name on the Blue Jays, returning from, again, that 2019 season. He's near side. As we look at the Menasha offense.
Looks like number 17, A.J. Korth, the quarterback, just a sophomore. Is that Jeremy's son?
It has to be.
You know that he's spent some time in the film room, I'm sure, with his dad, getting his offense going. And first play, I can't see who carried the ball. Looks like maybe it was number 3. Was that Seth Spaeth?
Spaeth with a couple of yard gain, Brett. Second down and 8 from the 17.
Thanks to Rick Grable, I mentioned his name earlier, the athletic director here at Menasha High School, for setting us up.
Beautiful. I love the setup here, Brett.
It's always good to come back to Calder, isn't it?
One of my favorite places and one of the kind of underrated gems in the valley,
yes,
Brett.
It's a beautiful stadium, that turf field. We can talk about that. Tom Dombeck's story about these turf fields. He ran the other day on our websites. There's a little reverse handoff. That's number 18 for the Blue Jays,
Kahn.
Dante Kahn, a senior.
Brings it all the way out to the 21. That'll be a gain of 4 yards and be up a 3rd and 4 for Menasha. Again, A.J. Korth, just a sophomore, Brett.
Next in line, he's got some big shoes to fill.
He
Cole
does.
Pope was an excellent quarterback here for the Blue Jays. Remember, led them, as we said in the notes, to that D3 state title game back in 2019. It seems so long ago, doesn't it?
Boy, it seems like, well, it was. It's almost, a year and a half?
Boy, been a while since we've been at Calder, and this is usually a regular stop for us here in the fall. So let's see what Korth has here on 3rd down. It's going to be a little play action. The lefty sails it over.
Just a little
Kahn's
excited,
head.
Brett, for varsity action right away. Wide open there on that little quick screen, Brett, but Korth just sails it a foot or two over Kahn.
You know, I guess I'll ask your opinion. Obviously, these teams, they want to win games, but there's a little different as far as what's riding on this stuff. So in essence, you can kind of say this is just really good. You know, in not too long from now, A.J. Korth is going to be a junior quarterback. So he's going to get some snaps in, get some plays under his belt. So really good experience for a lot of these guys because it's going to flip quickly. They're going to be summer contact days camp, and all of a sudden there's going to be a fall football season. Look at this, a little fake, and it's going to be close.
It is close, Brett, and that was number 3, Spaeth.
Well, they spotted it right at. That's a first down. So on the fake punt, Ricardo, how about that? Deep in the Blue Jays territory. Spaeth gets just enough and nose of the football touching that 25-yard line, first down.
Oh, those tricky Blue Jays.
How about that?
Back out is the offense for Menasha. It's a big old number 71 heading out there. Ramon Polvan.
That's another thing, another aspect of this program. All the really good linemen they just keep churning out, and we'll have to get to know some of these new names.
Devin Arriaga. Austin Frederick.
Now, how can you say those names, but you can't say Pope?
Hey, man.
Come on.
It's my Latin background, my friend. First down and 10 at the 25.
The lefty, Korth, going to sail it downfield.
Look at that.
Showing
Brett,
off
he's
his
got
arm.
He does have a gun. He was looking for Maurer on that one.
Cool, windy night here at Calder Stadium. Like we were talking, it's going to go in reverse. The days are going to just continue to get longer and longer by the time we do those 2 playoff games, end of April and early May. Like you said, we might be wearing shorts.
I expect us to. And then, Brett, right away we go right into the spring season, which is going to be extended into July.
Well, we're going to be busy putting out together that Northeast Wisconsin High School Sports Awards show. We can talk a little bit about that as Korth on the keeper, nothing doing there. 3rd and 10 coming up. Already got our winter nominees situated. Those will be revealed soon enough. A lot to talk about here as we get to halftime. And those watching online as we get ready for this 3rd and 10, hey, we've got a great deal on a digital subscription to the Post Crescent for the next 6 months. You can get all the benefits included with a digital subscription for just $1, Ricardo. 6 months, $1. Please help play a role in supporting local journalism that you and your community can trust. Learn more details and sign up at postcrescent.com/subscribe. 6 months for $1. Come on, folks. You can't go wrong with that. Korth. He's on the run. Wow, great pursuit. That's number 40 for the Tritons.
We do have some laundry on the field as well, Brett.
Braden Curtin, though, the junior linebacker, coming pretty fast to trip up Korth, but we'll see what this flag's all about. And it's going to be a hold against Menasha. Decline the penalty will the Tritons, and presumably they'll get the ball on this punt. Press Gazette, folks, also a great deal on a digital subscription, $1 for 3 months. Let's go to greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe to get in on that great offer. You can't go wrong. Your support helps us do these live streams.
Space back to punt, you would assume.
There we go.
And that one's fielded right at the 37.
Max Augustine, just a sophomore. Nice catch, but wrapped up quickly.
Is that Kahn again? Looks like Notre Dame will start just shy of the 50. They're going to mark it right at the 47. 46. So first down and 10 at the 46 with 8:16 left in the first quarter.
It is odd. It is odd that just a couple 2-3 weeks ago at the most we were doing our basketball sectional live streams, and usually the transition for us is really honing in on that Prep Sports Awards show, and it seems to be strange to all of a sudden flipping the script and going back to football, but kind of fun, isn't it?
It is. 2 receivers near side, I formation for Notre Dame, and
yeah.
Right away. I think that was A.J. Korth, and then that tackle.
Yeah, Will Zellner, number 20, was the running back. And quarterback now, number 12, George Kress, the senior, 6'1", 170 pounds.
Second down and 10 from the 46, so no gain for Notre Dame's Zellner, 5'9", 180-pound senior. I like this I formation, Brett. It's kind of like a throwback to the 90s.
Ooh, Zellner, nowhere to go. That was number 5 for the Blue Jays. In there quickly. Cade Parker, the senior defensive lineman, wrapping up Zellner. So third and we're looking at 12 for the Tritons coming up.
Tough early start for Notre Dame. A lot of activity down in the trenches, Brett. It's just a matter of Menasha's defensive line breaking through.
Well, a staple of this program, as we mentioned, talking about Menasha and the offensive line, but they have a defense that is always strong, athletic, and quick. And kind of seeing it there is Kress, the lefty, so we got a pair of lefty quarterbacks. Zellner just got tripped up. And that's going to be a quick 3 and out, losing 2 yards. The Tritons will have to punt.
Well, you can see right away, Brett, what they want to do is do some screens to kind of slow down that Menasha rush. I was going to mention Miles Teskey, number 88, the big senior linebacker for the Blue Jays.
Mauer and Kahn back, and I think Mauer's just saying get away from this one, let it bounce out of bounds at about the 31, 32-yard line, and that's where the Blue Jays will set up shop. Looking at the Blue Jays schedule at Racine Park, as we said in week 2, then they'll be here against Holman. That's a hike for Holman over in the lacrosse area, and then Racine Horlick comes here, then Kewanee, and then Menasha's last 2 games of the season, April 30th over at Eau Claire Memorial, and then down on May 7th at DeForest. A rematch of that fantastic state championship game from 2019. Not fantastic for Blue Jays fans. Remember, they led 7-0 late.
It was the late last drive by DeForest. I was there.
And then went for 2 and got it. And then the Norskis, I believe, is that what DeForest is? Yeah, pulling it out. But still a heck of a season for Menasha. Here's Korth going to sling it. That's Jacob Van Dijnhoven, the senior wide receiver.
Very close to a first down. They're going to mark it right at the 37. And it is a first down.
Thanks to everybody checking us out tonight. PostCrescent.com, GreenBayPressGazette.com, both Facebook pages. And our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that as well. USA Today Network, Wisconsin. A lot of different ways to watch our live streams. Very thankful, Ricardo, that we've been able to get pretty much a full football season, a full basketball season, and now some more spring football. And, of course, Clubhouse Live, we got a full season of our Packers show. Handoff to, that's number 5, Cade Parker. And now you're seeing, Ricardo, a little bit of that push from that offensive line.
5-yard gain, I should say, on that. That's Parker, the senior running back.
Mentioned again, both schools tried to play in the fall, but then had to shut down because of COVID. So resulted in them not being included in that spring that conference that we're talking about. Was it that 20-team league? And they're just kind of both teams really, Ricardo, I guess, stuck in no man's land at that point. That conference had already formed. These two teams were trying to get a fall season underway. So it's really unfortunate because it would have been fun watching these two programs take on some of the teams around here that they're used to facing as that pass falls incomplete. They're down coming up. But what do you do?
Yeah. That is, wow, you do the best you can, really. What other options are there for you? And I don't know, maybe I'm just missing football so much, I'm just happy to see spring football. And not just that, but think of it this way. Mid-May, when the second playoff week is over, we only got to wait a couple months for fall.
Let's. Can we enjoy summer?
No.
Can we enjoy summer a little bit? I'm a big summer fan. I like the warmth, the heat. Can we wait till we go back into the fall and do the grind all over again?
Football should just be year-round.
Yeah. How about basketball?
Oh, forget basketball.
What a basketball season we had, though, on the boys and girls side. We're going to get a
delay of game.
Looks like it.
And Korth is trying to say, hey, we're trying to wave that off.
But anyway, we tried to. The plan was when I had our fall football live stream slate set, we were going to stream these two teams.
Yes.
In fact, our opener was supposed to be Notre Dame at Kaukauna, and then that got zapped like on Thursday afternoon, the day before the Tritons and the Ghosts were supposed to play.
Kaukauna had a scramble. Or did they actually even play that first week?
I don't think they even
didn't
played.
Play the second week.
And we didn't stream a game that Friday. So and then Menasha, I forget who they were on. I think West Appear maybe we were going to get them. And then it just didn't work out. So good to see both of these programs back on. Look at Korth on the run. Nobody there though. And I think that was intended for Luke Maurer, but AJ, just a little off here in the early stages of this one. So fourth down, I should say, coming up, 4th and 10. Blue Jays will have to punt.
5:47 left here in the first quarter. No score between Menasha and Notre Dame on your Festival Foods and Community First.
Exactly.
Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard.
But I tell you what, the big league certainly around here is going to be that Fox Valley Classic Football Conference, really a merging of the FVA and the FRCC, and then you throw Spash in there as well. I think Spash is the only central school that wasn't able to play last fall, if I'm not mistaken. I think the city of Stevens Point wouldn't even allow Gerke Field to be used. So Spash looking to get some football in, so luckily they were able to.
Has that been lifted? Can they use Gerke Field now? I have to.
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah. But maybe somebody out there can tweet it to us at PC Bretzi, at PC Ricardo. Rosie's at Metal Rosie, METALROSIE. Well, and then one of the problems too we can talk about this is we're starting to see some teams that the wet. We had quite a bit of rain the other day. Some more rain in the forecast. I think on Saturday, about 3/4 of an inch maybe. There's Zellner, nice little run around the far side, finally brought down past the 25-yard line. But like Neenah, for instance, had to move its opener tomorrow night to St. Mary Catholic because the Zephyrs have a turf field. and Rocket Stadium is grass. So little concerned about some of these schools. Now, most of them have turf, but those that don't stand the chance of either ripping up their field a little bit or having to find a turf surface to play on.
Goes without saying how nice it is to have a turf field. Brett is being hit hard, but near that first down. That's Zellner.
Well, luckily, for the most part, Mother Nature's been pretty good to us here this spring. So hopefully, I think next week's looking like pretty good weather. So hopefully that continues on. Hey, one of my neighbors, he already ran out the gas in his snowblower.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to go over there and say, now, don't be messing with Mother Nature here, sir. Wasn't that long ago. Remember, we had like a foot of snow in April. Oop, there's going to be an offsides, I think, on Menasha. So that should be a automatic first down after the penalty. But I'm feeling somewhat confident that we don't have to worry about that this year, but who knows? We'll see. I'm not ready to run the gas out quite yet.
Officials convening there, trying to figure out, and Menasha was. Oh, they're calling it a false start.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Interesting. Well, when the flag was thrown, all the Notre Dame players were clapping. So
I also thought that it was a clear offside, but 3rd and 7 at the 23. Now for Notre Dame. Sometimes you got to huddle up, Brett, to get that call correct.
Good crew here. Actually, I talked to the referee, the head guy of this crew, Bob Fletcher. I think you know that name. He's been around a while and good guy. And fumbled out of bounds. Now I think that was, let's see what the official's going to call.
They are calling it, staying with Notre Dame, but very dangerous.
Was that Kahn almost dropping on that football, just about corralled the loose ball?
It was a big hit from Spaeth, Brett.
Okay.
They read that quickly.
So 4th down coming up. And we'll see what the Tritons want to do. I'm guessing they're going to punt this thing away.
So loss of 1. 4th and 8 at the 22, and punting formation for Notre Dame. So both offenses struggling just a bit as we have another flag, Brett.
Some of that typical early season, first week, a little sloppiness, that's to be expected. Especially with how disjointed things are a little bit.
Speaking of disjointed, the official was going the wrong way.
Everybody's trying to get back into the swing of things.
Might have been an offsides on Menasha.
Well, you do another one of those, and it's going to be a first down for Notre Dame. So Menasha has to be careful here on this snap.
Whoa, Brett, that punt
where is
went
it?
Almost right up into the
wow.
air.
And it's bouncing back. They finally have to down it. That was going back to a nice, clean Menasha bounce there. Had the height, Ricardo, just not the distance.
Brett, that was a 5-yard punt. So it goes without saying, the Blue Jays with great field position.
Looking at some of those matchups tomorrow night in that conference we're talking about, I still can't get the name of it down. It's the Fox Valley Classic Football Conference. You got Fondy at Manitowoc, Sheboygan South at Kimberly, Green Bay Preble at Bayport. Spash is going to be at Neenah, which is going to be played at St. Mary Catholic. Appleton East at Appleton North, the game we're live streaming. Then Ashwaubenon at Pulaski, Green Bay Southwest at De Pere, Oshkosh West at Appleton West, Sheboygan North at Green Bay East, and Oshkosh North at Green Bay West. Looked like that was that Spaeth?
It was
Spaeth
Spaeth
on the carry.
Great job by Notre Dame's defense. Very active up front.
Yeah, closed the gap quickly. There was nowhere to go. Any of those games that I mentioned stand out to you? Of course, the East-North game. That's a fun game. East is on the rise.
Yes, I really like what I see from Coach Kramenacher out there.
There's
a lot of excitement within the East community.
Yeah, that's
and
good to see.
Full disclosure, I am a member of that East community. I live on the east side of Appleton, so it's been a long time coming, Brett.
Yeah, it's good to see the Patriots doing well. There's a nice little play-action fake. It looks like, again, some miscommunication between Korth and Maurer. But that should be a fun game. I know that the Patriots quarterback, though, out.
He is.
Was it Bennett Peterson?
It is.
Yeah, tore his ACL during basketball. That's a big loss for the Patriots. You know, Spash at Neenah could be an interesting game. See if Stevens Point can bounce back with it. Panthers 1-8 in 2019. Of course, Neenah doing good things with Coach Young. How about Green Bay Preble at Bayport? That's always kind of a fun matchup in the FRCC, the Hornets and the Pirates. And we'll see kind of how that 14 playoff gets set. You know, you kind of have maybe an inkling as how it will go, but
nice
little draw play.
Spade's going to take it right up near the 25.
Yeah, Korth doing a really nice job, Ricardo, selling the play action stuff. Certainly keeping the defense honest because, as we know, Menasha in years past has had a very potent rushing attack. So you got to make sure you play the run, and Korth, as the quarterback, doing a good job of making that defense think a little bit.
4th down and 4 for the Blue Jays.
Now we'll see.
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal? Oh, okay, no.
It looked like something. Yeah, I was going to say that's a 45-yard field goal and some strong winds, but instead it's going to be 4th down coming up. Let's see what Korth has dialed up.
Wildcat.
That's going to be Kahn looking for some blockers. Gets through, and he's got the 1st down and more. About the 6-yard line. How about Kahn? I thought he was going to get dropped.
Brett, you know, Kahn isn't a big kid, but boy, he shows a lot of power there. Gets that 1st down. It's going to be, are they marking that right at the 6?
Yeah, I think so. Senior listed as a wide receiver / defensive back. So a nice little play call out of that Wildcat formation, as you said, and credit Kahn showing that strength because, again, I thought he was going to be dropped for certainly not short of the 1st down marker, but showing that speed and that strength. And, yeah, 1st and goal at the 6 for the Blue Jays.
20-yard gain for Kahn. By far the biggest play of the game thus far in terms of yardage for either team. Korth.
He's going to keep it. Oh, looking for somewhere to go. Dives forward for a couple.
Got a text from, and I'm going to call them out there, the Grinches checking in on the live stream. Brett, that's Freedom. The Freedom
Easy
folks.
now.
I'm just saying that's what
are
they text me. They've named their basketball team, their youth basketball team, the Grinches.
Really?
Yeah. I'll elaborate more on,
please
why
do.
they call themselves the Grinches.
Maybe get some. Hey, why don't we get some T-shirts made, huh?
That'd be great. Tell you what, you guys make some Grinches T-shirts, and I'll proudly wear them.
We're going to say 2nd and goal, ball at the 3. Korth, he's going to keep it again, trying to back his way in. No.
Close.
Good job by the Tritons. A
We have
whole
flag.
bunch of defenders. Zellner in on that tackle as well. Let's see what the flag's all about.
We got a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be a procedure call against the Blue Jays as the officials talking things over. I think they want to see what Notre Dame wants to do. And Notre Dame's going to back them up. So ball's going to be moved, Ricardo, to the 8. 2nd and goal at the 8.
Was it a legal procedure or false start? What did I?
False start, yeah.
Start. Okay.
Yeah, is our rules analyst, is he on for the spring season?
You know what? I haven't even talked to him in a month or a couple months. I'll have to make sure he's on board for the rest of our games, though, Brett. I don't think he's on tonight.
Ken
the official.
Yep.
Rosie, we still have the logo and everything for Ken the official? All right. Second down and 8. Brisk spring evening here at Calder Stadium. 2 receivers. For the Blue Jays is Korth. Lefty. Looking, throwing, and intercepted.
Wow. That's number 40, Ricardo. Braden Curtin. Junior linebacker getting in. And that passing game for Menasha really not in sync right now.
Struggling a little bit, Brett, as Notre Dame's defense comes up big.
It just seems like they're not on the same page, and maybe what routes the quarterback is expecting the receiver to run.
Well,
maybe
it looks like early season football is what it kind of looks like.
Well, that's the bad news. The good news, if you're the Menasha defense, that ball is inside the 1-yard line. So didn't get to score, but with the way that this Blue Jay defense has played so far here in the early stages, It's a long field to go for this Notre Dame offense. Let's see what Kress and the Tritons can do. Watch out. Zellner trying to get out of the end zone. I think he did. But not a whole lot of running room for the Tritons on that play and really for the game so far.
Will there be time to run another play? I'm not.
See that Menasha offense.
They're not going to run another play. I can see the Notre Dame folks.
Just going to let the play clock run down. Yeah, as the Menasha offense checking that huddle camera. Making sure that they are ready to go, learn from the mistakes, and get ready for the next series.
See that lineman, Ethan Farr. You got Kenneth McKenzie, number 69, Ashton Friedrich. Big old number 78, Carson, or Kaysen Quick.
Is that Cullen's brother?
Could be. Standout wrestler, standout football player.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the first quarter. No score between Notre Dame and Menasha. Spring football kicks off.
Once again, thanks to our sponsors, Festival Foods. The folks at Festival Foods know that getting involved and doing good is part of being a good neighbor and member of the community, and they strive to be a true asset to our communities and embody the give-back spirit of Wisconsin. And Community First Fox Cities Marathon registration is open for the 30th running of the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. Ricardo, that's only 26.2 miles.
That's not far.
You can do that.
I can walk it in a couple days.
I can easily do that on a bike.
Oh, no
Does
one
that
cares
count? Does that
about
count?
your bike.
Does that count?
I guess, but I don't
Let's
know.
see you bike 26.2
I can
miles.
bike
You
26.2
could
miles.
not.
I could bike 26.2 miles on a tricycle.
Let's see. Throw some hills in there, some wind. Yeah,
Well, you didn't say that.
Well, it's not just flat riding
it's
around
gotta be
here.
a flat right out, and hopefully I was hoping all downhill.
With the wind at your back.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun riding there.
You didn't mention all these other variables.
Hey, I finally got on the bike a couple days ago, so hopefully I'm not real big at riding in cold, so waiting for the weather to warm up just a tad more. And waiting for these offenses, Ricardo, to heat up here in the second quarter. Scoreless as we do look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon, a very scoreless first quarter. Look at Rosie, he's putting the hood on. He's getting cold out there. You okay out there, Rosie? He gives me the thumbs up. He's a football guy.
He is. He's a man of this weather.
Second down and 10.
And we have a flag down, Brett.
Well, if it's against the Tritons, it's not going to be much of a penalty, is it?
They're talking to Menasha, so I'm thinking it's against Green Bay Notre Dame.
I would decline it. It's going to be a false start against the Tritons. Yeah, that's exactly. Well, why take the penalty? Take the down. You're only going to give up, a yard and a half? So 3rd and 10, ball at the 3-yard line, or 3rd and 8, ball at the 3.
You're Notre Dame. Got to get the way they are so active, Menasha on the front line. You got to get that pass off quick if that's what you're going to do. And
Boy,
they
3
decide to run
handoffs, nothing doing. That Menasha front and those linebackers coming in quickly. There's nowhere to run.
it. Just like that, 3 and out. And, of course, Menasha will get good field position.
Well, Notre Dame playing conservative there against the goal line, so showing some faith in the Tritons' defense is head coach Mike Rader. Menasha going to get fantastic field position, though. You see Maurer and Kahn setting up at about the 40-yard line. Here's the punt, high punt.
Much better punt.
Yeah, very nice punt. Kahn looking for it. Whoa, watch out. I think he touched it. The race is on. Let's see who has it.
I think he was able to keep a hold of it.
That's close. It's a battle right now. I didn't see the Triton who dived after it as Kahn and he are wrestling for it. And you can see, it looks like Maurer saying the Blue Jays have it, but that was close. And that's what the officials are saying as Kahn does come up with it. I think he did touch it on that.
I think he did too. That's
why he was under an all-out sprint trying to find where the ball was going to bounce. So could have been a big break for Notre Dame. Instead, the Blue Jays, Ricardo, will have it. Well, where are they going to mark this? About the 38?
For Brett, that goes without saying. So it went from a 5-yard punt, and this. Oh boy, now I got to do some math here.
So yeah, they'll spot it at the Menasha 38.
A 59-yard punt.
Well, you got the. Is that Rosie? Is that the way the wind is going? I'm trying to see. No, it's kind of a swirling wind though. It's hard to say exactly where that flag is. Keeps switching direction, but anyway, that was a great punt. Flip field position a little bit. Look at Korth. Zigzagging his way up the middle. He's got a first down near midfield.
Ball be marked just short of the 50-yard line. 11-yard carry for Korth. First and 10 at the 49.
Good to see a nice little crowd here. Of course, very easily to be spaced out and socially distanced. This is a very big stadium. Can seat quite a few people. See some students here too. We saw that, Ricardo, towards the tail end of the basketball season. More of the student sections getting involved. Korth, it looked like he was thinking about throwing it. Instead, he's going to run it. He fumbled it. He fumbled it. Who's got it? The Tritons say they have it. And the Tritons do. First turnover of the game. Korth took a nice little shot. Didn't see who got in there to knock the ball loose, but Notre Dame's going to have it at the 45. And I kind of noticed, I don't know if there was a little, again, confusion on that play, because it looked like Korth maybe wanted to throw it, or if he was just kind of faking it. He was running a little bit upright too. I'm sure Jeremy and the coaching staff would like to see him tuck that ball in a little bit tighter, especially when he's going in up the middle where all the big bodies are. So a turnover, fumble, and Notre Dame with the football at its own 45.
So second turnover for Menasha.
Is that the second?
Wasn't there an interception?
Oh, that's right. You're right. My bad. As now Crest takes it. Yes, that's right, at the goal line. So 2 turnovers for that Notre Dame defense. Curtin with the interception earlier in the game.
First down. The ball will be marked now at the Menasha 45.
See if the Tritons now can capitalize. A little momentum. Again, flipping the field position.
Some hard hitting going on already, Brett.
You're starting to see the teams maybe starting to ease into it now a little bit more, right? Took a quarter to kind of get things going again. As you said, it's been a while since these two teams have played.
First down and 10 at the 45 for Notre Dame.
Here's Zellner. That was number 5 for the Blue Jays, Ricardo. Cade Parker, the defensive lineman. Again, we called his name earlier. Wrapping up, doing a good job of wrestling Zellner down. You think about when the Blue Jays last played was at the state championship game in November of 2019 near Thanksgiving. Right. It's been that long. You forget that.
Thanksgiving, right, Rosie? One of my favorites. Feels like we're heading to Thanksgiving with this weather.
Best holiday of them all.
Second down and 12.
July 4th, a close second.
Way off.
Crest with the play action, going to sling it, and just out of that's Curtin's hands, couldn't bring it down. So Crest a little bit high on some of his throws as well.
Brett, a pair of southpaw quarterbacks.
Yeah. Third and 12 coming up. But again, I think we all agree we expect that the fall of 2021 we're going to be kind of back to normal, wouldn't you say? Kind of all systems go.
Well, I expect it to be certainly, or the chances of it to be very high.
A regular schedule again, anyway. There's a play action again. Crest rolling, and a nice little pitch and catch. Oh, fumble! Curtin fumbles it, and that's number 10 for the Blue Jays.
Buckner.
Ashton Buckner, the junior defensive back, falling on it. So the first turnover of the game for the Tritons. And that's too bad if you're a Notre Dame fan, because it looked like they had something cooking there. Offense was on the move. But fumble gives the Blue Jays the football at their own 31-yard line.
But, Brett, like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of hard hits. A lot of pads hitting at a good rate here at Calder Stadium. Again, no score, 9:11 left in the second quarter between Menasha and Notre Dame on your Fox, or I should say Community First, Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Food scoreboard.
Yep, we appreciate their sponsorships and partnerships. and their support of local high school sports. Let's see if Korth and the Blue Jays can capitalize. Korth, he's going to whip it downfield, looking for Maurer.
Oh, he had him right in the hands, Brett.
That was a good route. That was a good throw. Just couldn't connect. It's just too bad. But that might have been actually his best throw of the night. Just couldn't finish it off. And Maurer, he had a little bit of an inside step on the defender. Those two, they're gonna hook up plenty this season.
Maurer coming off. Looks like he's shaking his hand a little bit. I'm not sure if there's a slight injury to his right hand. 2nd down and 10 from the 31, Brett.
Yeah, Maurer, 55 catches, 733 yards last season, 4 touchdowns, a fantastic wide receiver. Is Korth going to try to keep it?
Korth did a good job, Brett. They were blitzing to that side. He wanted to go off the left side.
Cover that football, right? Is all that, all those bodies in the white jersey coming in trying to rip that ball loose. And, you know, it's something to consider, too. It is a cold night, so that ball's going to be a little bit more slick. Stuff that we kind of find when we're doing these streams in the fall as it gets later in the season, certainly in the playoffs. So 3rd down for the Blue Jays. Ball at the 34. 3rd and what, 7?
Yeah, it's 3rd and 7 as Menasha now trying to get something going on offense. I think both teams have struggled, but I want to say it's the offense is struggling, but you can't do it without saying the defenses have been playing well, because they have. 2 turnovers or 2 takeaways by Notre Dame and 1 by Menasha as Korth calls a timeout. Talk to his team. I want to say, is this the only game being played tonight in our area?
I don't know. That's
looking to see on my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo. Don't forget about Rosie at Metal Rosie and Brett at PC Brett.
Yeah, maybe Mike Sherry can text us.
Well, I know from our friend Steve Clark, there is a couple games not immediately in our area, but Princeton, Green Lake, and Montello. See if I see anything else popping up on the old Twitter. Oh yeah, so Ashwaubenon and Pulaski play tonight, Brett.
Oh, they do. Okay, there you go.
Oh, is that for tomorrow though? Hard to read here.
No, Ashwaubenon Pulaski is tomorrow night, according to the
I
Fox
was
Valley
reading
Classic.
Doug Riche, our buddy. Misread it, of course, as usual. 3rd down and 7 as Korth trying to convert on this long 3rd down. And we have, I think we have a little blood being shown here as 55 for Notre Dame has to exit Jason Vanden Houten, 5'9", 245-pound junior. And his place quickly comes Judah Gartsky.
Yep, number 50. Korth got time going downfield, looking for Maurer again, just overshot him. So they just gotta.
The timing's off.
The timing's a bit off on for both quarterbacks, but again, to be expected. Korth had some good time, good blocking up front by that O-line. As I said earlier, those two guys, Korth and Maurer, are going to connect plenty this season.
Got a message. La Crosse Central and Eau Claire Memorial are playing tonight.
Okay. Oh, in the western part of the state.
One of my favorite parts of the state.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful out there?
It is gorgeous.
Both cities.
Hunt.
I haven't been to Eau Claire in a while. I've been to La Crosse, but it's been a while since I've been through Eau Claire. Chippewa River.
Spates punt. Where are they going to mark this? Whoa, that was not a very long punt either, Brett. We're talking, where are they marking at, the 47? 13-yard punt?
Got to look at that. The official
12-yard punt.
Mr. Jotun, who sent me an email in the fall, kind of explaining how they figure that out. You know, when it goes out of bounds.
The triangulation.
Yeah, I can't. That's
you can't remember it.
That's too smart for me. That's too deep.
You kind of got that perfect mind thing going. You have all these
way too
equations going on in your head.
Way too much. And Notre Dame.
What it is, Brett? They're just guessing.
Is that what you're thinking?
They're just guessing. And we'll just call it triangulation.
So a couple timeouts here with 8:05 remaining as we look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. Quiet first half so far, waiting for that first strike of the game and the season. Again, thanks to everybody who's checking in tonight. And remember, folks, I'm going to keep plugging this all season long. 6 months, $1. That's all it costs for a digital subscription to the Post Crescent. 6 months, $1. You can't go wrong.
You can't even get a candy bar for $1. I got this. I was just consuming some peanut butter M&Ms before, Brett. $1.19.
See? You get 6 months of quality
6 months
news
of
coverage.
Quality news coverage.
Sports, business, entertainment. You go on to postcrescent.com right now. A lot of good stories, vaccine stories. By the way, you get your vaccine yet?
I did.
There you go.
And I know you did, my friend.
I did today. I got the Johnson & Johnson one today.
I got the 2-part Pfizer, so I have to go back in mid-April for the second. But it went smoothly. And,
yeah.
Whoa, look at that
big
hit. Faith.
Zellner was the ball carrier.
Zellner's getting some hits. But
yeah, he is.
He is taking some punishment.
He's going to be feeling a little bit sore in the morning, I'm thinking.
But let's mention this. Menasha's defense can fly. That is a talented defensive grouping over there.
Second down and 10.
No gain for Zellner. I'm really impressed with the Menasha defense. And they pop you. They call some turnovers. One receiver formation.
Oh, there'll be another penalty. As the Blue Jays jumping off sides.
That is offside.
Hey, to finish that thought, 6 months, $1. You can find it at postcrescent.com/subscribe. Press Gazette readers out there, 3 months for $1. Go to greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe. It's very easy to do. A lot of good content out there right now. You had a story about Jordan McCabe, going into the transfer portal.
Not just that. I had Emily LaChapelle from Appleton East yesterday, committed to Marquette, the great girls basketball player.
5 things to watch in the spring football season. Madeline.
And I have my all-area Post Crescent, all-area football, girls basketball, not football, wrestling, girls basketball, and boys basketball teams upcoming. And look at this.
Crest trying to keep it, nowhere to go. And Menasha not fooled on that quarterback draw. 3rd down coming up. Madeline Heim doing a great job with the coronavirus coverage, and it was because of her that I found out that when I calculated my body mass index that I'm actually overweight.
Well, if you're overweight, then I'm technically obese.
I was telling Rosie about that. I was like, "Well, I didn't realize that." Okay. I know it's considered an outdated metric, but
no, it doesn't measure muscle mass. I think most NFL players technically are obese.
We joked. My youngest son and I was telling him about it yesterday. We were typing in different Packer players, and they're all overweight or obese. But it's a metric that the state uses. Oh, tough hit! Nice
Good catch! Wow!
Is that Will Drake, number 3, the senior wideout? And I think he might have gotten the first down. And yeah, they're moving the chain. So how about that?
Brett, I think that's the first down for Notre Dame.
That was a rocket by George Kress.
And it is a first down.
Good toughness by Drake. He knew he was going to get drilled over the middle, but he held on and enough to move the chains. Ball at the 36-yard line. Don't forget about our guy, Brad Starr, too, taking over the business beat, the buzz.
Brad Starr, good kid.
Yeah, very good kid. A lot of good benefits. Sammy West doing a great job with the education. We got Duke Benke, Chris Miller, Natalie Brophy, a whole bunch of good young and veteran reporters on that Post Crescent staff. And same for the Press Gazette. Zellner with a nice little run to the 30. So, again, digital subscriptions to both. Well worth it. Thank you. And Rosie's got the information on the scroll at the bottom of your screen as well.
6-yard gain for Zellner. I want to say that's one of the few positive yardage carries he's had, as that Menasha defense has really shut him down up until that last 6-yard run.
Yeah, I'm guessing adding up the yardage for both sides not going to take too long. There hasn't been a whole lot of offensive fireworks here. Promising drive, though, underway for the Tritons. Let's see what Kress wants to do. And Zellner has it. Nice little cut back inside. That was a pretty good pursuit off the edge, and a good job by the Blue Jays, Ricardo, to set that edge, because I think Zellner wanted to pop it outside. Had to work his way back inside, and they'll spot it at the 28, so 3rd and 2?
4-down territory, I'm guessing.
No doubt about it.
Feels good to hear the crowd out here again.
Yeah, I can't wait come fall. Seeing these stadiums full again. Kress, what does he want to do?
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice
fake there.
move. Oh, spin! Inside the 20. It almost looked like he wanted to. Look, it was going to be a little bit of an option play, but maybe I was just fooled by what Kress really wanted to do and showing off his running skills, Ricardo, and the spin move.
10-yard gain, first down and 10 from the 18 for Notre Dame. By far their best-looking drive of the night. Kress. Zellner.
Ooh,
That
tripped
time,
up.
is that Maurer that popped in there? No, it's number 5. Parker. Again, we mentioned him as, again.
Cade Parker, yeah, the senior. Listed as a defensive lineman.
Loss of 1 yard there for Zellner. It'll be second down 11 from the 19 for Notre Dame. Again, the Tritons surprisingly 1-8 last year. I can't even remember the last time they had a losing record.
They're usually one of the top teams in the FRCC. You know them, Bayport, of course, we know about the Pirates. Ashwaubenon now doing some good things. We're actually going to see Ashwaubenon and Kimberly here in the not-too-distant future. That should be a fun game. Kress looking for it, and intercepted. Intercepted. And that's number 10 with the pick, Ricardo. Ashton Buckner, the junior defensive back, read it all the way. You know, I could hear the Notre Dame coaches next door. There it is, there it is. I think maybe they're thinking that Kress held it a little too long and gave Buckner and the defense a little bit of a chance to make a play, and that's exactly what Buckner did. So another turnover. Is that 2 turnovers apiece now for both sides?
It is. And Brett, again, this is one of those things that's going to get itself worked out as the season progresses. Timing's off. Recognition's off. You know, kind of going through all of your options. That's going to become more natural as the season goes on.
Well, and you wonder about what kind of camps did these squads really have here in the spring. It's just kind of, again, a little odd, but it's good that these kids are getting out here, get a chance to compete, and nowhere to go. Looks like that was Spaeth. As the clock continues its run, we're approaching the 3-minute mark. Both teams with a pair of timeouts, but no scores. We look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. Nathan Calder Stadium. The community of city has done a nice job of really sprucing this place up. One of the best football stadiums around here in the northeast Wisconsin, without a doubt. There goes Korth looking for something, waiting, and incomplete. Big play coming up here, Ricardo, because if the Blue Jays can't keep the chains moving, the field position is going to certainly favor the Tritons and a chance to maybe get even 3 points in at halftime before we hit the break.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you do want to try to convert on the third down, but also not allow a turnover. Again, a turnover down here, you're making it a little too easy for Notre Dame.
Yeah, what do you do here? Do you show some confidence in your offense here? Do you kind of play it safe, punt it, and rely on your defense? We'll see what Jeremy Korth has dialed up here on third down. We'll draw play. That's going to be that's a first down. Yeah, that's number 5. Cade Parker now playing a little running back.
He made a lot of that yardage on his own, Brett. Good running by Parker.
So playing it close, playing it safe, but credit Parker, like you said, Ricardo, zigging and zagging his way to a first down. So the Blue Jays do move the chains, keep the clock running, and maybe worst case scenario, just a chance to run out the clock and keep it scoreless.
Nearing the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter. No score again between Notre Dame and Menasha on your Community First Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Food scoreboard.
High snap. Good job by Korth. Finding
Parker again.
Parker, yep.
Gain of 6.
Again, don't forget, folks, we'll be back at it tomorrow night. The live stream crew, minus Ricardo.
Minus me.
Appleton North taking on Appleton East. That's a Fox Valley Classic Football Conference showdown. Not too far away at Paul Engen Field. We'll kick it off 6:45 p.m. on postcrescent.com, also our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Should be a good game, fun game. I was trying to get Mike Sherry to sit in with you or for you. Is Korth now on the run, finding nobody. And, again, not a whole lot of opportunities. Don't look like there's too many guys open. When
Was
you
Mike
watch.
able to join you?
No, I think he's going to cover the Spash Nina game because I know
Okay.
he wanted, I believe, wanted to do a story on Stevens Point. Rosie and I can handle it, right, Rosie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've done it many times.
3rd down and 4 now upcoming, but we do have an official's timeout. No score, Brett. You a little surprised.
A little bit, yeah, I am. I am a little bit. Now watch the second half will be like 35,
Bonkers.
35.
It'll be offensively crazy. But Brett, to get back to what we were talking about before with the Grinches.
Yeah, what's going on with
the
that?
Freedom basketball team kind of named themselves the Grinches. That was after a podcast that we have, the R&B show, where I mentioned that I felt that the Freedom community was a bunch of Grinches because they can't seem to pass a referendum to update the facilities there at Freedom High School in terms of the school, in terms of the field, the football field, all that kind of stuff that's out there. And I may have called them the Grinches, and some of them agreed with me. Many of them agreed with me. Some of them not so much, and some kind of saw the yays and nays. And but they took it upon themselves to call themselves the Grinches. Brett.
What grade level is this?
I want to say it's middle school.
I'm glad you have a middle school following, Ricardo. That's
Yeah,
good.
Hey, I'll take them
You'll take
from
them.
wherever.
Of course, zips it across field and a little bit low for number 12, Jacob Van Dijnhoven. So 3rd down coming up.
Break fake punt time,
The
Brett.
Grinches. No, you're going to punt this away with a minute 23 to play. Trust your defense and take this into the half. Scoreless, or the Tritons an opportunity, as I said, maybe to get some late points on the board. Feel good about yourselves as you take a break at halftime. And I want to see what the Grinches uniform looks like.
Well, we know it's green.
Green and yellow, right?
One thing the Freedom folks do is they have a great youth program for many of the sports.
Yeah, they do. Keep churning out those good teams up at Freedom. There's a high
And
punt,
again,
short punt.
yeah.
Watch out if you're Notre Dame. Get the heck away from that. Whoa, and that was close to hitting number 2, Tim Turek, who gets his hands out of the way and no
Brett,
harm done.
That's going to be marked at the 34. If so, that's a 9-yard punt.
So look at it. Well, again, it is windy. I don't know if Rosie at some point can focus in on the flag tonight, but it is whipping pretty good. So punting is certainly difficult. Throwing the football is a little bit difficult. And that's going to set the ball at the 34-yard line. So golden opportunity for Notre Dame to take advantage of a 9-yard punt and put some points on the board. Both timeouts, 2 timeouts remaining for Notre Dame as well. Kress again, the play action. Watch out! Big pursuit. Nice job just to avoid all that mess and somehow turned what looked like it was going to be a surefire sack into a nice little pickup.
3-yard pickup, Brett. I thought they had him back.
So did I.
6 or 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
So showing some athleticism, moving out of the way a little bit and making it a positive play. Again, under a minute, like a clock running. They still have 2 timeouts to use up. So I imagine they're going to want to use one here on this next play, but they don't seem to be in any big hurry, do they?
2nd down and 7. 4 receivers set for Notre Dame. Zellner in motion.
Zellner looking, and that is going to be nowhere to go. I didn't see the Blue Jay. I think
It
that
is
might have been
Elliot
27.
Frankie. Yep, the sophomore linebacker.
And the Tritons going to take another timeout, so 1 remaining for Notre Dame. Good play by Elliot Frank, the sophomore linebacker. Some young players on this Menasha roster. You see a whole bunch of, look at a lot of 10s and 11s, juniors and sophomores. See a freshman sprinkled in on there as well. Stay with us at halftime. We'll kind of tell everybody what's to come this spring season, fill everybody in on what's going on with the Northeast Wisconsin Sports Awards show. Been very busy putting together our winter nominees, you, me, Mike Sherry. Proud of the effort of all of us. I know the corporate events team very pleased as well, so good job, guys. Mike, if you're listening, thank you. I sent you an email, but of course I get nothing back from you guys.
You did?
I sent you guys an email saying, hey, great work.
Oh.
Nothing.
I didn't see it. I'll have to look for it. I'll thank you in advance.
I'm
Brett.
so underappreciated.
3rd down and 9. Rosie loves you, don't you, Rosie?
Yeah, he doesn't love me either.
3rd down and 9.
He likes me maybe, but love's kind of a strong word. Cress. Whoa.
Look out.
No, it is Cress. Wow, brought down. Spaeth with the kind of cleanup, but a couple other Blue Jays Ricardo got in there. And Notre Dame going to burn that final timeout of the half.
You know, with those long developing plays, Brett, and that's just a recipe for disaster with the very quick defensive line for Menasha. They're able to beat their opponents, the blocking of Notre Dame, and get in there. And really, Crest, by the time he tried to settle in and make his reads, he was already getting pressured.
You almost think with both quarterbacks, maybe some more quick rhythm stuff, get him into a little bit of a flow, a rhythm, get him feeling good about things rather than dropping back and kind of waiting for things to happen. But easier said than done when it's late in the half as well, and you got to make a big explosive play. So we'll see. Maybe that'll be an adjustment for both staffs at halftime to kind of get their quarterbacks going, and some screens, maybe some quick slants, that type of stuff. I think Menasha's tried it a little bit, but again, some of that the timing has been off, as we've noted earlier in the live stream.
So it'll be 4th down and forever. Actually, it's officially 4th down and 21, I believe. From the 45 of Menasha, the Tritons. I think they're just going to run this one, Brett. Nope. Rollout pass, Cress.
Watch out. Get rid of it. Drop down.
Curious.
And that stops the clock. So you give the Blue Jays, midfield. I guess I was expecting Notre Dame to punt it away, and now you give Jeremy Korth with 11.5 seconds to play and 2 timeouts. Yeah, maybe we can do something here.
I think that was Otto on the sack.
Kind of looking at those flags, though, going into the wind a little bit. But again, more of a swirling wind. It's kind of tough to really gauge exactly which way that wind is whipping.
11.5 seconds again. Left in the half. 1st down and 10 at the 50 for Korth. And company, we'll see. Well, they have a 3-receiver set, Brett. Maurer, far side.
Yeah, why not? Why not take a chance here? Blitz coming. Oh, it's picked up. Yeah, Korth is going to try to get out of it, and he's just going to run it out of bounds with 5.7 seconds to go. Now what do you do? A little trickery? He's got an arm.
Notre Dame doing a good job. Looks like Turek is kind of spying Korth, following him wherever he goes. Gain of 1 yard. 2nd down and 10 from the 49 of Notre Dame. So 5.7 seconds, Brett. What are you dialing up here?
I think at this stage, I'm just going to take a handoff and just run it into the halftime, and it'll just be done with it and be scoreless. You'd hate to, if you're the Blue Jays, to have some kind of a weird fumble or an interception that leads to 6 on the other end. So we'll see. I'm a little bit more conservative that way. See what A.J. Korth wants to do. He's going to drop back, maybe a little hook and ladder type stuff. Nope, skips it into the turf. So one more play to come.
Looks like he was going for Khan in the middle of the field, Brett. Looking to use his big playability. No score between these two teams. I'm surprised that the score is like this after close to a half a play. Again, the offenses have never really looked in rhythm. Neither offense.
Well, we'll see what Jeremy Korth wants to do here. Do you do a little hook and lateral type stuff, or you do something real simple? Let's see what AJ has in store. He's going to drop back. He's going to throw it downfield, looking for Maurer, and again just overshoots his target, and that is how the first half comes to a close here at Calder Stadium.
More turnovers and points, Brett, on the scoreboard.
Well, it is halftime here, guys, at Calder Stadium, and as we take a quick look at our festival foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard shows nobody leading nobody. It's scoreless. We'll talk more about tonight's game and what we do have coming up digitally on our USA Today Network Wisconsin sites after this short break. All right, we're back at Calder Stadium. Doesn't look like, Rosie, that Fox Cities Marathon commercial ran, so maybe we'll try this again. I'd like to get this commercial break in from our Community First Fox Cities Marathon sponsor partnership.
If you've been looking forward to the sound sounds of fans cheering and the excitement
Just showing your shot right now.
If you've been looking forward to this sound
Where am I looking at here?
Is there like a media 1 or media 2 square?
No. Don't see anything.
Click the beginning here. Go back to media 2, click the beginning of it.
Yep.
Click the play button in the middle.
If you've been looking forward to the sounds of
Hammer it in there real quick.
Well, Brad, I was looking at the first half stats. It's pretty abysmal. I have 18 total yards for Notre Dame of offense. Menasha, not much better. 88 yards of offense for the Blue Jays. And many of the Notre Dame yards that they lost over that last drive when there was a couple sacks and some negative plays for the Triton. So the teams have combined for 106 yards of total offense.
Not good.
No. Well, good for the defense, but offensively, a lot of struggling going on for both Notre Dame and Menasha. We'll see if that can be corrected in the second half.
Ricardo, I know Rosie's going to come in here, see if we can get that Fox Cities Community First, our Community First Fox Cities Marathon commercial to run, because I want to get it out there for everybody to see about the upcoming marathon. But you got to attribute that a little bit to first game of the season, right?
Absolutely.
So we'll see what both teams do at halftime and the adjustments they make. Again, I think you get those quarterbacks into rhythm by trying to shorten some things here a little bit. Get them into a groove, and we'll see. But again, tricky wins in the first game of the season, probably kind of a disjointed camp as well, as Rosie trying to get things to work here. I also noticed, Rosie, when I was trying to switch the cameras, it wasn't switching as well, so I don't know what's going on right now. So our tech guru is going to try to make some switches. But Ricardo, you got some things coming up to talk about, some things that we should look forward to.
I just finished up, and this is coming hopefully this Sunday. Anyone who knows the Fox Valley area, the Post Crescent coverage area, and Green Bay as well, it can extend up there. We have a great wrestling communities, or batch of communities. For the Post Crescent coverage area specifically, we have our all-area wrestling team coming out. I can't say who it is. You're going to have to find out on Sunday. But, yeah, we have the portrait shot of that young gentleman And we plan on running that on Sunday, Brett. And then soon after, I'll be on vacation in sunny Florida. But I have these other 2 all-area teams coming up, girls basketball and boys basketball. Again, that's the Post Crescent coverage area, all-area teams. And so look for that. If you're a subscriber, that's going to be – I want to say that's going to be subscriber only.
So that'll be Post Crescent only?
Post Crescent only,
not
the
a
Valley.
Fox Valley.
It's just
okay.
the Post Crescent. So really excited about that coming up. And if you haven't voted on the Athlete of the Week as well, please do that. Voting is till Saturday at 3 o'clock. You can find that again on postcrescent.com/sports.
So again, all that, a lot of that is going to be subscriber-only content. Again, go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. 6 months for $1. You get all that, and of course, all of our great news, business. Dan Higgins, our food and beverage reporter, he's always got some good stuff out there as well. So entertainment. PackersNews.com as well.
If you've been looking forward to the sounds of fans cheering and the excitement of an event that brings the community together, then secure your place to be with us by registering to join the 30th running of the Community First Fox Cities Marathon Weekend of Events, presented by Myron Construction. There'll be a safe race for every pace. Participation is limited for this year's events, so you'll want to lock in your spot soon to make sure you're celebrating at the finish line with us. Go to foxcitiesmarathon.org.
There we go. We got the Community First Fox Cities Marathon commercial played. We appreciate you, Rosie, for making the quick fix. And wanted to make sure we got that in. So we'll let Rosie get back to his post here. And again, Northeast Wisconsin Sports Awards show. I guess your all-area teams feed in a little bit on that, sort of. I mean, the one thing,
but it also includes Green Bay, Manawak, Sheboygan, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh.
The show
does.
Yeah.
As well as the central group of papers, which, again, if folks don't know, that's Wausau, Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, and Marshfield.
Correct. So that is an all-encompassing network show. It's not just a Post Crescent show or a Green Bay/Appleton show. So that's what I was talking about. The week of April 5th is when that will be announced. We're going to be running the 12 nominees for boys basketball, girls basketball, boys swimming, wrestling, boys hockey, girls hockey, and then 6 nominees for gymnastics. We will be running those each day throughout that week, kind of unveiling it in print in all of our markets. The online story will run probably very early that week. I'll have something together.
That's this next week?
April 5th. The week of April 5th is when we'll make that announcement on who our nominees are for Player of the Year in those respective sports. So keep an eye on that if you're a print subscriber. I don't know exactly the configuration as to which sports will be shown in print on which days, but just keep track of that week. And then keep track online. And you can find more information about the show, including our listing of nominees. If you go to, let's say, postcrescent.com, click on sports, and then there's a little link at the top that says NE Wisconsin Sports Awards, and then you just click on there, and they'll have all the information, take you to the event site. But looking forward to that. And then, normally we would have our fall nominees all in place, but we have to wait now for the alternate fall season to be completed here in the spring before we can really do the fall season justice, because there's a lot of really good athletes who'll be playing football. Boys and girls volleyball, I believe, is going on. Isn't there some soccer as well?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to make sure that those kids get accounted for as well. And then it's going to be a quick turnaround trying to get all those spring nominees. We'll have our male athlete of the year, female athlete of the year, coach of the year, team of the year. We've got the Courage Award winner, a whole bunch of good stuff. And the show itself will be seen on July 8th. Unfortunately, it's going to be all virtual this season again, just like last season, but nothing we could do about that. And I fully look forward to us reconvening at the Lambeau Field Atrium in the spring of 2022, doing a live in-person show. And I think that's what the corporate events team feels as well. So that is kind of the update there. And I don't see where our guy, Dan Powers, our photojournalist, he's here tonight. I know he's going to be at the game tomorrow night, too, so be sure to go on to postcrescent.com and greenbaypressgazette.com later tonight to find some great pictures and a photo gallery of this matchup and tomorrow's matchup. But your thoughts, Ricardo, maybe on this this big conference that's going to kick off football play tomorrow. It's going to be some really interesting matchups.
I'm excited to see. It's going to be some interesting matchups that you usually do not see. I know I mentioned in my 5 storylines, you're going to see some interesting matchups in terms of, okay, so you're going to see like Bayport against Fond du Lac. You never see those teams play each other in the regular season, only in the postseason. But it's going to be a regular season matchup. And then, kind of like the Kimberly-Ashwaubenon, that kind of stuff. I'm really interested to see how those games are going to turn out. You never really see those crossover games between the FRCC and the FEA, or VFA, I should say, because there's so many teams in each conference. But now that they're all thrown together, finally these teams kind of get to face each other, and I think that's a win-win for the fans.
Yeah, trying to tap into my memory. So we've got the kickoff for that league tomorrow. We're live streaming Appleton North versus Appleton East. Again, 6:45 on postcrescent.com and our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Next week, you and I are both out. And all those games are going to be Thursday night games next week. So unfortunately, we will not have a Varsity Game of the Week live stream in week 2. But then we come back in week 3. I believe that is Ashwaubenon and Kimberly over at Ashwaubenon, so we'll be doing that game. Week 4 will be Bayport at Neenah. That should be a fun game. And then week 5, we're going to be doing Kimberly at Appleton North. And then that takes us into the 2 weeks of playoffs, see how the top 4 teams are laid out. And it should be some pretty good games there down the stretch. I'm very excited about the schedule, and very excited that for most of it, we're able to do a lot of multi-market games, get some different teams. The only team I haven't been able to get in there is Fond du Lac. I know they're really good. Kyle Waljasper is back, of course. Braden Allen, the Badger recruit, who I saw your interview on the WFRV the other night, and kind of saying how much more muscle he's put on. He has gone.
Let me just mention this, because Braylon, first of all, he's a good kid. He's a Badger recruit, like you said, Brett. They're gonna have a great secondary with him and that Hunter Wooler in a few years. So Badger fans should be excited. This kid went from 210 pounds. He's a defensive back now, and we saw him play a couple times during his career. He went from 210 to 240.
Wow.
So is he even going to be a defensive back? You can see maybe he might.
Could be a linebacker?
Could be a linebacker. I'm just saying the kid has all the talent in the world. He's one of those special guys. I'm expecting big things for Braylon Allen, and hopefully we get to see them in the postseason, if anything.
Linebacker, maybe even safety, a guy that you could play over the middle. If he's got the speed.
Very true, but man,
hard-hitting safety. But
that is a big kid, I'll tell you that.
Well, obviously he knows what the Badgers want of him, so he's getting prepared and putting on that muscle. But yeah, that's the one team I couldn't figure out. So I am anticipating that in that playoff stretch that we have a pretty good chance of seeing the Cardinals. Now the Cardinals, as I talked about, like Neenah having field issues and they have to play at St. Mary Catholic. I believe Fond du Lac has to play every game on the road. I thought that they're looking for turf field, so I believe a lot of those games. In fact, I've got the schedule in front of me. Let's see. Fond du Lac at Manitowoc tomorrow night. Manitowoc has a turf field. Week 2, it says Neenah at Fond du Lac on April 1st. Does Fond du Lac, you were over there, do they have a turf field in one of those schools?
For what was that again? I'm sorry, I missed that.
At Fond du Lac? Does any school in Fond du Lac have a turf field? Is Winnebago Lutheran? Or
Springs does.
Springs does?
Yes.
Or Fond du Lac?
Well, no. Springs, I believe, is building.
How about North Fond du Lac?
North Fond du Lac, that I don't know.
Okay, so there's a game. I probably have to figure out how to play that on turf. Week 3, Fond du Lac at Spash
is the closest team, but they actually are playing in the fall or in the spring.
But they might have an open week where they could play. So if Neenah or Fondy at Spash week 3, Green Bay Preble at Fondy week 4. So I thought I read something. Tom Dombeck had a real interesting story about the turf fields, and he quoted Steve Jorgensen. I thought he mentioned in that story that Fond du Lac is looking that they're not going to be playing at Fruth Field probably very much this season. Just we all know what Fruth is. They have that creek right in the back, and it often gets flooded.
Yeah, and I think
Fondy at Bayport week 5, by the way.
It's just a sad state over there in Fond du Lac when it gets to first off, I love Fruth Field. Beautiful setting, neighborhood setting right by Old Goodrich. But yeah, in terms of the water table there, they are underwater seemingly at least once or twice a year during the fall. Yeah,
remember we it wasn't too many falls ago where that was a pretty big story where there was a ton of rain that fall and that field was just unplayable. So hopefully they can get that squared away and get some turf field. But I know that Stephen Jorgensen, the coach of Fond du Lac, had a pretty good quote saying some districts right now are just in the dark ages. And he is obviously a very big proponent However, the price tag is it's steep. It's $800,000 to $1 million to get it installed, and then it lasts about 10 to 12 years, and then you get new stuff for maybe half the cost. So at least the cost goes down a little bit, but the benefits I think outweigh the cost in that a lot of sports can use it, track can use it. You have a turf infield. You can practice on it. Soccer can move over there. Bands can march on it. Gym classes can play. Youth teams can play on it. So it
gets a lot of use. Well, and I think you brought up Fond du Lac. I think Neenah is another community that perhaps should look into that. Now they're doing the whole new school, so I'm not sure if that's included in it. I'd have to check. But if not, that they in my opinion they should seriously consider it a school of that size.
It's really surprising they don't have it already. That they didn't put it up years ago, and kind of same with Xavier. And I think it's only a matter of time before we're going to see the Northeastern Conference, some of those schools put it in as well. I can very easily see a Little Chute. I could easily see a Wrightstown putting some
Freedom,
some turf. I'm not going to say anything about them, but I'll let you hang out with the Grinches. But Fox Valley Lutheran tried recently, couldn't make it happen, but maybe they could revisit it again. So Luxembourg Casco, I know they just put in a brand new gym at their high school. Maybe they are looking at trying to put some field turf in at their football field, but I know it's only a matter of time before those schools are the next in line, because I think the investment is worth it. Now, where do you find that money? I suppose booster clubs, you knock on some businesses' doors and maybe just put it to another referendum. I don't know, but money's tight, and you got to be careful, especially when a lot of businesses have had to deal with the pandemic. But I mean, you just see the benefits. I think Kimberly's Steve Jones, head coach, was quoted in Tom Dombeck's article saying, "Hey, we just got a lot of rain, and I knew the next day that the field was going to be what the condition was going to be, and we didn't have to worry about anything."
That's a very good point. I think that's something you can take off coach's shoulders is what the field's going to be like. I think another coach said that there's nothing more embarrassing than going out there and putting the quick dry on the field.
I think that was the Notre Dame athletic director, Matthew Koenig.
I thought that was a very good quote and a very telling quote.
Yeah. We've talked a lot about it on the R&B show podcast and even these streams. I've really become fascinated with the facilities. It's like an arms race. It's a facilities race. And Hortonville's got on its referendums some school improvements that also includes a multi-purpose facility like I don't know if it's going to be the extent of what it's at Kimberly or what they're building at West Appear, but you're starting to see more of those facilities pop up as well. And I'll always remember Andy Colosso, the former athletic director at Hortonville High School, telling us when we were doing a live stream check, me and Rosie a few years back, saying, we have to. If we're in the FVA, we have to do this. We have to keep up. Right. Or, it's a sad reality, but we will lose kids to these other schools that have better facilities. That's what he told us. And he wanted to make sure that he kept all the really talented student athletes in their community, in their school district.
Well, one team that doesn't have to worry about the turf is Menasha. They have a beautiful field turf here.
Beautiful, yeah, absolutely. You can play playoff games, level 4 games. This is obviously a site where you can play a state semifinal. That's another benefit to your community if you got the facility as far as parking and seating, and then you had the turf. WIA is going to look your way, and that's a little feather in your cap as far as exposure, and then, of course, a little extra money doesn't hurt either.
Just underway, or just end of halftime, I should say. We're getting ready to start the second half. No score between Menasha and Notre Dame. 4 turnovers combined for the two teams. Menasha set to kick off. Stuck will be kicking.
Yeah, I see Will Zellner, number 20, number 22. Jackson Burnt is back there, and
I should say Samuel Blancett. Sorry, Brett.
Tim Turk, number 2, also back there in case the kick is a little short. So third quarter just about to get started. A very quiet first half. We'll see if we can get some offensive fireworks here. Hey, maybe defense pick 6. Maybe that's all it takes, Ricardo.
Maybe. A score is a score, no matter how you do it.
How about a scoop from one of the big boys up front? I know you'd love to see that.
I love to see the big kids running with the football, carrying it like that loaf of bread.
Like the fridge. By the way, congratulations to your Bears signing Andy Dalton.
Oh. Hey, they can't do any worse at quarterback.
Boy, I was thinking about you when I saw some of the Twitter reaction of the Bears fans. Irate. They're irate at what's going on in Chicago right now.
A significant meatball contingent for every NFL fan base, as you well know.
Oof.
And that was the Bears. Meatballs being heard. As a short kick, Brett.
That's
and that goes out of bounds.
So flag, yeah. You know, I know what you're saying because I was talking to Mike Sherry about this. I might have mentioned it to you when we were at the office together recently, but you actually had Packer fans ticked off that the Packers re-signed Aaron Jones. And it was a pretty good deal, I thought.
Yeah, and I don't get it. I don't understand. I understand that they lose Lindsley, but Lindsley.
Yeah, he's 30, and he's got the injuries are starting to pop up a little bit more. Great guy, great player, but
I can't say enough good things about him. He's a good guy. He's been on our not round table, the Packer Clubhouse Live show.
Yeah, a couple times. Of course, Aaron Jones was our co-host a couple seasons ago. Alan Lazard was our co-host this past season as Will Zellner with The Carry. Check out past episodes at clubhouselive.com and give us a like, facebook.com/clubhouselive. By the way, the award-winning Clubhouse Live took first place in the Wisconsin Newspaper Association Visual Journalism category, and our games of the week took third. So we took 2 of the top 3 spots. We appreciate you guys.
Should have been first, second.
Watching us.
First, second.
But the same folks that were griping about Aaron Jones being signed would have been griping if they hadn't re-signed him.
Yes.
I mean, you just can't win. And nowhere to go on that handoff. So 3rd and long for the Tritons. Will Zellner carrying the ball on that play.
You always hear the old adage, if general managers worried about what the fans think, then they'd soon be joining the fans on the sidelines.
Actually, I think Green Bay has had a somewhat decent offseason. They bringing back the core of a team that the last 2 seasons has made it to the NFC Championship. And really, frankly, the NFC, Ricardo, I don't think it quite compares to the AFC, so it's kind of wide open.
3rd down and long, and Brett,
Ooh,
that
was a high throw.
High, yeah.
That Turek, number 2, the intended receiver. If he would have caught that, he was going to take a pretty good stick here in front of that Blue Jays sideline. So 3 and out for Notre Dame. But yeah, you can't win. When I saw the news that they had re-signed Aaron Jones, I thought, wow. And he left some money on the table.
It's a strange year with the pandemic and a lot of one-year contracts. Not Jones in particular, but others.
Whoa, close to being blocked.
Another high punt. Look at this. This is going to be a single-digit punt. In terms of yardage, that's going to be taken at the 46. Brett, 10-yard punt.
Yeah, credit Seth Spaeth, the Blue Jay, getting in there and almost coming up with the block. So maybe had to hurry the punt a little bit more. But, again, punting a little tricky tonight. High punt's not going to go very far with this wind here at Calder Stadium. Ball's going to be at the 46-yard line for Menasha. Great field position for the Blue Jays to open the second half.
Let's see if the sophomore Korath can get things started here. He just got the play call from his dad.
Not to switch gears back to the NFL, but I don't think the NFC North is going to be all that great coming up this year. We know Detroit's looking like they're going to be in a rebuild, and the Vikings look like they're kind of tailing off a little bit, and the Bears are the Bears. The Bears are struggling. And I think you'll agree with that.
I will.
As Korth takes it, hands off to Spaeth. Watch out! Watch out! Slithers his way past the 35-yard line. I thought maybe he had a chance to bust through, but gets the first down anyway.
Yeah, Spaeth, 12-yard run. Brett did some nice moves into the second level, avoiding a tackle from the linebacker.
Yeah, some moves like you on the dance floor, from what you tell me.
I do move pretty well for an old guy. Second down, I should say first down and 10 from the 34. Brett, can the Blue Jays break the scoreless tie?
Well, somebody has to.
We hope. Korath takes it himself.
He's going to keep it. Oh, big hole up the middle, spins his way inside the 15, pushing some guys near the 12-yard line. How about that one? That's got to be the biggest offensive play of the night for Menasha.
Brett, he was dishing out some punishment.
Oh, no, how about those big boys getting off the snap, creating some pretty big running lanes for Korth, who then took care of the rest. Ball's going to be at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, Brett, 22-yard play. It is the longest of the day for the Blue Jays. Vandenhoven far side, Maurer near side in terms of the receivers. Korth is going to take it himself, but he fooled nobody. There's big old number 78, Max Rader. All 6'6.5" and 250 pounds of them.
Yeah, 44 Hogan Anderson also too, the 6'4", 205-pound senior linebacker, the quarterback last year. So Anderson and Rader. I'm assuming Max is the son of head coach Mike Rader. Second down, looks like no gain on that play.
Again, Vandenhoven and Maurer are the wideouts. Korth gives it to Spaeth, and he's met right away. Ball's about a yard gain. Third down and 9 from the 11.
Yeah, let's give Tate Milton a little bit of a shout out there. 6'1", 215-pound sophomore defensive lineman for the Tritons, number 79, wrapping up Spaeth, forcing that third down and 9. Ball at the 11. 4-down territory, Ricardo. Well, I checked that. I guess it depends on how Jeremy Korth feels about his place kicking situation. I'm trying to see on the roster quickly if I can find who the kicker is. It looks like it's going to be number 98, Blancett. And Korth looking, and nice kit. No, incomplete. That was intended for number 12, Van Dijnhoven. Ricardo, ball thrown behind Van Dijnhoven. So fourth down coming up, and we'll see what the Blue Jays want to do. And I think they're going to bring their field goal unit out. You see 98 trotting out there? There he is.
It's about a 28-yard field goal, Brett, if it is 7 yards back.
Looks like they'll set it up, yeah, right at the 18-yard line. So 28-yard field goal coming up. Good call.
Blancett, sophomore. Did it go through? It did.
In. 28-yard field goal, and we do have our first points of the game as we look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. Blancett's 28-yard field goal splits the uprights 3-0. Menasha with 8:04 to play in this third quarter.
Just updating my Twitter. You can follow me at PC Ricardo, Brett at PC Brettsy, and Rosie at Metal Rosie. Again, on Twitter.
So the Blue Jays, Ricardo, taking advantage of a short punt, high punt, and give, again, Seth Spaeth credit, coming in fast, almost blocking it. I think he hurried the punter a little bit. And the Blue Jays turning a short field into 3 points. Maybe that's all we'll see tonight.
Well, it certainly has been a struggle for both teams. Again, Notre Dame came in with 18 yards in the first half. They only have put up 3 yards so far in the third quarter, I should say.
Just want to say thanks to our sponsors, Festival Foods. The folks over there know that getting involved and doing good is part of being a good neighbor and a member of the community, and they strive to be a true asset to our communities and embody the give-back spirit of Wisconsin. And don't forget about the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Registration now open for the 30th running of the marathon. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. 3-0, Blue Jays with the lead. Blancett now going to kick off. See Zellner again back deep for the Tritons. Good kick. Zellner lunges at it, drops it. He's going to have to fall on it. Nope, picks it up. He's got some space, trying to bring it inside, now back outside, and good job on coverage by the Blue Jays.
Zellner on the return. Stopped by Seth Speed. First one to beat him. Possession, Tritons, 1st and 10.
See where they're going to spot this ball. I can't tell. Is it going to be at the 20-yard line? Looks like it's right at the 24. The Triton. So 80 yards to go. See See if Notre Dame can punch one in here in the third quarter. 8:0 or 7:56 here to play, and Kress hands off to Zellner, and I think we're going to get this play blown dead before we could even get the snap. Looks like a false start against Notre Dame, so back them up 5 yards. A lot of penalties. Again, offense is certainly not in sync. Be kind of interesting to see that Appleton North, Appleton East game that we are live streaming tomorrow night, how that is going to look as well. And I think we have a Blue Jay down right now. Trying to get a number. 17. Number 17, Rosie says. That is A.J. Korth, Ricardo, the quarterback down for Menasha.
He's coming out very gingerly.
He is.
By the way, that Menasha drive, 6 plays, 35 yards, again with a 28-yard field goal from Blancett, the only points of tonight's game.
So looks like a little bit of a leg issue, and I'm wondering, you got Ashton Buckner listed as a quarterback, Bryce Duzak, a freshman quarterback. So a couple of options there on the roster for Jeremy Korth. Guessing he'll probably go with the junior if AJ can't get back in the game. We're going to have another penalty.
Yeah, more movement by Notre Dame.
Boy, too many pre-snap stuff. I would think Mike Rader's got to be getting a little... his patience is being tested, I think I would be accurate in saying.
Be a first down and 20 from their own 10, Brett. Now, again, you're against this Blue Jay defense, which has effectively shut you down. They have 21 yards of total offense through the Tritons.
Yeah, the passing game hasn't worked. Certainly Menasha showing its speed and ability to pursue, so not a whole lot of time to drop back. So instead, Notre Dame just going to hand it off. I think that's Zellner. And Notre Dame finally getting a playoff on a 1st and 20. Again, a nice viewing audience checking us out tonight on a chilly evening in northeast Wisconsin. Football weather. You know what football weather for me is? 75 and sunny.
I don't mind that one, actually.
Maybe even 80.
Let's not go crazy. 75's perfect.
Zellner, boy, brought down fast. There's just nowhere for Zellner to go. That might have been Spaeth again. And number 5, Cade Parker. Some speedy guys there in Spaeth and Parker. We've called their names a few times. Spaeth, a DB, and again, Parker listed as a D lineman. So,
well, a good defensive stand here by Menasha will give the ball back again with very good field position for the Blue Jays offense, Brett. But again, I'm looking down there at Korth. Is he still getting worked on? Well, I see him now on the sideline. They are working the back of his leg, his calf, his left calf.
Kress tried. He just they're all blanketed. There's nobody open.
Incomplete, Brett. He had it in his hands.
That was give Kress credit for making.
He bounced off the defender.
I thought he was going to get dropped for a loss, but I think that initial pump fake he wanted to throw it, but again they're just not open. Yeah, I see they're rubbing Korth's right calf there on the sideline with one of those rollers there, maybe loosen things up a little bit. My guess he's going to be going back into the game. And here's a punt, another high punt, short punt. Whoa, caught, wow. Luke Maurer coming in fast and catches it at about the 30-yard line. That's a little risky.
Brett, 18-yard punt.
Chance for the Blue Jays now to go up 2 scores if they can punch this into the end zone. And let's see if A.J. Korth goes in. Rosie's got the camera on him.
That'll be number 12 going in right now, Brett. That's no, he's a Van Denhoven. That's the receiver. I'm trying to see.
Yeah, Korth isn't in, so I think that. Well, I think they're waiting. See the Blue Jays looking towards the sideline.
I can see the quarterback right there.
Yeah, it's number 10.
Buckner, as you said, Brett, the junior.
So we're going to get our first glimpse of Ashton Buckner tonight taking the snaps. Buckner, nice job corralling that high snap as Spaeth trying to push his way past the 30-yard line. I think they'll mark him down around the 29. About halfway through this third quarter. The only score moments ago, Blancett, the sophomore kicker, booming a 28-yarder through the uprights. 3-0 is the score as we look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. You got to think there's going to be some more points, Ricardo.
I'm thinking that this is a prime opportunity, even though they do have the backup quarterback in. Buckner.
Nice catch by Maurer. Low throw, but good hands. And that's kind of what you're talking about. Get the ball out quick, some quick rhythm stuff, and maybe that'll jumpstart this offense. So now Buckner going to stay in as Maurer with the grab. 3rd down and about 6, I guess. Ball going to be at the 26-yard line.
You were talking about that before, Brett. Just trying to get those quick throws out there. Get some sort of
get a pace.
Rhythm going, you know?
Get a pace going, yep. 4-down territory, I would think, as now Buckner is going to keep it, trying to push his way close to the sticks. Yeah, maybe about a couple yards shy.
Hogan Anderson with the big tackle on.
What do? You've seen that Blancett has a big leg. Do you want to bring him out and make it a 6-0 game?
I think it's too far. I think go for the first down.
Be about a 40-yarder, I think. So 4th down and 3 coming up, ball at the 23-yard line. So a big spot here for both sides. A chance for the Tritons to get the stop they need. A chance for the Blue Jays to get a first down, keep that clock running, and work their way closer to a 2-score lead.
There's
Kahn trying to find something on the outside. Look at the speed, cutting it in, and he is in, Ricardo. 23-yard score. How about that?
Well, you mentioned speed, Brett, but not just that. Vision. As he does a couple of arm waves. Beautiful run by Kahn. And we saw him from the beginning, Brett, that this kid is just a physical talent. He has that quickness that you look for on the perimeter.
He's a playmaker. Yeah, no doubt about it. He's a home run threat, as they say, anytime he gets the ball. And he got around the corner there, got outside, and then it was all him racing down into the end zone from 23 yards out. So how about that?
Right,
a
that's
big
the first touchdown
of the season.
Of the spring season for our area.
Blancett is good, and our Fox Community First Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Foods scoreboard shows the Blue Jays now on top 10-zip with 4:26 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. And the way this game is going and the way the Blue Jays defense is pitching a shutout, 2 scores is going to be tough for the Tritons, I think. We'll see if Notre Dame can respond. Again, folks, we've got a great deal on digital subscriptions. First to the Post Crescent, 6 months, $1. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. Do it right now. It's real easy to subscribe. And then the Press Gazette, 3 months for $1. You can go to the greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe. Please support local journalism. And for anybody jumping on to the stream late, we're going to do it again tomorrow night as Appleton North hosts rival Appleton East. That's a Fox Valley Classic Football Conference showdown at Appleton North, Paul Engen Field. Our live stream coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. on postcrescent.com, the Post Crescent's Facebook page, and don't forget our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. Get a lot of subscribers on our YouTube channel. We're over 11,000 and climbing.
That's good to see.
Some of the fastest growth in the company. So we appreciate all those who have subscribed. Vimeo too, right, Rosie? Subscribe to our Vimeo spot as well. Uh-oh. Now, was that touched? Well, it doesn't matter. He's got to pick it up. That's Jackson Burnt trying to run it back, make a little bit of something out of what was kind of a dire situation there. And long field now for Notre Dame. You see, looks like number 1 getting some kudos. John, is that Hotz? H-O-T-Z, a senior.
Boy, things are tough all around for Notre Dame, Brett. They've really struggled on offense. And now here with the little bit of the mishandle on the kickoff return, the special teams put the offense in a tough position.
Zellner, nice little seam and good vision. Yeah, looking at this again, this Notre Dame program, we touched on it in the Open. A rare 1-8 season last year, considering how successful they've been. Notre Dame won the Division III state championship in 2015. Ricardo then finished as state runners-up in 2016 in the same division. Tritons also won a D3 title back in 03, so we're used to seeing really good football out of this Notre Dame program. Let's see if the Tritons can get things going here on second down. Down 10-zip. There's a big run by Zellner. Still on his feet near the 40-yard line, and no doubt, Ricardo, the longest offensive play of the night for Notre Dame.
Well, and really, he was just an arm tackle away of taking that to the house. I mean, that would have been an 83-yard touchdown run. As it is,
so that
will be marked at the 39.
Notre Dame offensive line starting to blast open some holes. Let's see if this gets Notre Dame into that rhythm we've been talking about.
That one run, 22 yards, Brett, that's more than the entire half of offense for Notre Dame. They only had 18 yards going into the half. That time nowhere to go for Zellner.
Zellner on the carry.
Zellner getting a lot of carries tonight. Number 20, a 5'9", 180-pound senior running back / defensive back for Mike Rader's Tritons.
1 yard on the carry for Zellner. Second down and 9 for Notre Dame. But, hey, I think they're able to get things cooking here a little bit, trying to find some sort of consistency on offense.
And a flag. What do we have here? We got, is that an illegal shift call? Illegal substitution is the call, so that's going to back the Tritons up 5 yards, and not what you need. A pre-snap penalty again, Ricardo, with some things cooking for that Notre Dame offense, kind of getting into a rhythm as we've been talking about. Now you see so many times these penalties derail drives.
Yeah, you're seeing them shooting themselves in the foot. End of the first half, they had a couple of big penalties and some untimely sacks of the quarterback that kind of took them out of any kind of offensive consistency when it comes to moving the ball down the field. I mean, you're talking about now second down and 14. We've been seeing that all game. They've been facing those long kind of conversion situation, Brett, and against a defense that can pressure the quarterback.
Good luck.
Good luck, exactly.
And we have another flag. A delay of game. That just can't happen, Ricardo. Too many pre-snap stuff going on here.
So now they're feeling pretty good about themselves. They got the 22-yard run with Zellner. It's second down and 9. You get an illegal shift and a delay of game. Now you're looking at second and 19.
Okay, so the official has wound up the play clock here and see if the Tritons can get to the line quickly, get a snap off here.
Coach
it just
Rader,
can't happen.
Coach Rader, I know this is the first game, but you still got to be pulling out your hair on that.
Crest got some time.
Oh, he has a man. He has a man.
Oh, over the middle. Nice grab.
Oh, Brett, he also had number 2, Turek, as a possible downfield target.
There's Will Drake, though, again. Another tough catch over the middle, knowing he's going to play through contact and take a big lick. So good job. Kind of a body catch by Drake. Again, using that tall frame, 6 feet 2 inches. Nice job by the senior. At least making it a little bit more manageable here on third down, 3rd and 11.
About an 8-yard gain, Brett. 3rd and 11 for Notre Dame. Trying to build on that nice run by Zellner, but they face a long situation here on third down.
Watch out, trying to set up the screen. Oh, nothing doing. Was that number 8?
It was. Bo Carlson, the junior linebacker.
Wow, he did not get fooled on that whatsoever, and you can see that Zellner getting up really hobbling right now. He took a pretty good shot. He wants to stay into the game, I think, but boy, he's hurting right now. I think he's going to have to come off.
And the punting situation has been abysmal for
now
Notre Dame. And
now
there's
the
a
Blue
timeout.
Jays, Blue Jays want to talk things over. I thought Notre Dame was going to talk things over because it looked like there was some confusion there on the punt team.
Oh, what a unfortunate series of events for Notre Dame. Again, okay, so, on their third possession of this third quarter, they get the 4-yard run from Zellner. First and 10 at their own 13. Then you have a nice 22-yard run by Zellner on a 2nd and 6 situation. First down and 10. You have the 1-yard gain, brings up second down and 9. And then Brett, 5-yard penalty for illegal shift. 5-yard penalty for delay of game. You have a nice little pass. I want to see to Drake for 7 yards. And then now that blown up screen. Now they're back to 4th and 20 and 35. Just not a good series of events there for Notre Dame.
No, and again, we talk about it's all pre-snap stuff that's shouldn't be happening. I know it's week 1, but too much, regardless of the week. You got to play a little bit more clean than that, and I know Mike Rader and his assistant coaches will definitely agree with that, and that'll be a teaching point, I would think, because the Triton's going to get ready for Racine Case next Wednesday down at Racine. But hey, it's only 10-0, so we'll see. A little bit better punt there this time, and it takes a nice Notre Dame bounce. Finally, a break on special teams for Notre Dame. Ball going to be downed at about the 28-29 yard line.
So with 17 seconds left in the third quarter, 10-0 lead for Menasha over Notre Dame on your Community First Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Foods scoreboard.
Doubly weird. It's spring football and it's Thursday night.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever see spring football again.
I think it's a one and done, don't you? I do too.
The next once-a-century pandemic hits in the year 30 or 2001, 2110. Is that how it goes? Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll predict it. You and I will be gone.
We'll be long gone by then. I don't think I'll be living till I'm 148 years old.
I don't know. You might be still riding that bike around town.
148 is pretty old. How about, is this Korth back into the
is.
game? Yeah, so AJ back in after getting that right leg, that right calf kind of treated. So good to see him back taking the snaps. He's still hopping a little bit. If you look, he's got a little bit of a limp there. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter.
That's right. After 3 quarters, 10-0 lead for Menasha. Again, Dante Kahn with that nice touchdown run, 18 yards for Menasha. That's the only touchdown of the game.
Don't forget about the 28-yard field goal by Samuel Blanchette earlier in the quarter. That accounts for the points, and I appreciate the crew here at Calder Stadium playing me a little Bruce Springsteen. They must know I'm here.
I guess so. Actually, I like this Springsteen song.
Yeah, whatever. Rosie's playing a little air guitar in front of us. He's in mid-season mode.
Getting chilly out there, Rosie? Rosie's
dancing.
out there full gear. All I brought was my little sweatshirt. That's
I don't know
a bad decision.
Why do you do that? I'm bundled up. I'm layered here.
Well, it's not so bad here.
Of course, we got a heater next to us. What are we complaining about?
Yeah, but when I go out and do the interview, I think it's gonna be a different story.
Yeah,
for
you'll
me.
be. You're gonna need a couple extra blankets on the bed tonight. Can't complain though. March has been good. For the most part, March has been good. You know what else is good? Our sponsors, Festival Foods. The folks there know that getting involved and doing good is part of being a good neighbor and member of the community, and they strive to be a true asset to our communities and embody the give-back spirit of Wisconsin. And the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Ricardo, don't forget about the registration, now open for the 30th running of the marathon. All you have to do is go to foxcitiesmarathon.org for details and to sign up. I'll be there cheering you on.
Oh, thanks.
Sitting in my lawn chair.
I'll do the 5K walk. 5K walk.
Yeah.
Or waddle.
Ooh, look at this. Is that Parker again? Cade Parker?
It is.
Well, here's an opportunity right now. I think, Ricardo, I know you got a full quarter to play, but this drive is a chance for Menasha to put this away.
Oh, yeah. Go up 3 scores with that defense the way it's playing. That might be all she wrote. And if I was Korth, I would just keep running the ball until they stop you.
And that's kind of their recipe that we've seen over the years. They've got so many great running backs, linemen, quarterbacks, and multi-threat type guys, and they get up and they're like a boa constrictor now. They're just going to squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and they're going to keep it on the ground, keep running that clock.
Nope.
So after the first down run by Parker, nothing doing there on the second down run, and I think that was that Parker again?
No gain on the play.
I didn't see it.
Second down and 10.
I'll put it down as Parker, though.
Whole big scrum of guys down there.
My body's all thrown off, though. Seriously. This feels like a fall evening, but it's March, and I'm watching football. It might take me a couple weeks to process this.
And guys that have come off long basketball seasons.
It's true.
You know, George Kress, a very good player for the Tritons. The Tritons had a really nice basketball season. Nice catch. Is that Maurer on the far side? I believe it is. So, yeah, your bodies are used to, after a football season, either or a basketball season, if it's a long season, kind of right away going into track, or if it's, you kind of struggle a little bit, you get a few weeks off before you have to hit the track. And all these guys have to get in football shape, and that's tough.
It is.
Kind of seen the reverse, like at Kimberly, we've seen how many of those great runs by the papermakers, and Lucky Wirtz kind of had to wait for some of those guys to get into basketball shape. Now these football coaches have to wait for some of their key guys to get into football shape after hoops. So, like you, Ricardo, I think this is a one-time deal, and something we can tell the grandkids all about. Fumble, Space fumbled at the Tritons, having a big turnover. I didn't know if he got a defender got a hand on there, if he just lost it. But it is another turnover.
Yeah, and that was Tate Milton, the sophomore for Notre Dame.
Number 79. So a chance for the Tritons now. Great field position. Let's see if they can keep a drive going without making those pre-snap mistakes.
And that's what it comes down to, because now they have field position. Brett, I will say this, that 5 turnovers combined in this game, so the third by Menasha.
Crest doing a good job selling it, looking down, wide open. That's number 40, Braden Curtin, looking to go down inside the 5, but he was wide open over the middle.
He's breaking some ankles too, Brett, the defensive back for Menasha.
He's getting up gingerly too, but how about Curtin, 6'1", tight end, the junior, wide open. Good job by Crest, again, selling the play action, and ball's going to be marked at the 4-yard line, so don't look now, but the Tritons, their best spot of the day, I believe.
It is. 44-yard play, too. Longest of the game for either team. Can Notre Dame take advantage and punch this one in? It's Zellner.
He's going to be about at the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Had some space. Good job by the line there to create an opening, and 2-yard pickup. Boy, they need this touchdown here.
It's imperative that they get in here, keep this, get this to be a one-score game, and by that I mean only within 3 points.
Well, they're going to have 3 more downs to pick this these final 2 yards up. There's no way that Mike Rader is going to settle for a field goal in this spot of the field. Zellner, ooh, nice job. Who was that for the Blue Jays, coming in fast on the backside? I think that was, he's trying to get up there. That's number 3 again, Seth Spaeth. So he had to make up some ground quickly.
No gain on that one for Zellner, but yeah, Spaeth just in like a rocket. I told you, Brett, they have very good perimeter defensive speed.
He had to come in. That's a long run there on a short yardage play. So credit Spaeth for flying in there. And what do we have here?
It's a timeout.
Timeout. Charge to the Blue Jays.
So Menasha going to burn its 2nd timeout of the half.
Well, what a heck of a capper it would be if Menasha's defense somehow comes up, Brett, and holds them out of the end zone.
Well, don't you agree? If it's 4th down here, you got to go for it.
Well, you have to.
I mean, only 8:19 to play. You got to put some pressure on this Menasha team that has shown that it has had a hard time taking care of the football tonight. So you put a touchdown on the board, make it a 3-point game. If the Triton defense maybe force another turnover, a short field, and who knows? Good look at the Tritons there across the way, talking things over offensively. What is the play call? Are they saving something now for a moment like this?
Again, Brett, this drive set up by that fumble. So Notre Dame was able to get the big 44-yard pass play to get things going from Kress again to Curtin. And that got them right down to the 4, a 2-yard run by Zellner. No yards on the 2nd down play. Sets us up here, 3rd down and 2 from the 2. Goal to goal, I should say.
Zellner looking his way. He's in. Big run. Will Zellner and the Tritons on the board. Ricardo taking advantage of a turnover.
8:15 left here in the 2nd half. And Notre Dame turning that turnover into a score. Update this on my Twitter, by the way, at PC Ricardo. Brett's at PC Brettsy. Rosie's at Metal Rosie.
Aiden Wolfram, the kicker for the Tritons, a senior, trying to make this a 3-point game. Ooh, low snap. Nope, it's bobbled. Low snap, and he's down.
Wow. That is tough for now they need a touchdown, Brett, as their second score.
Just a low snap, skidded right under the hold, and that was done after that. There's no way that Notre Dame was going to scoop up that ball with the pursuit of that Menasha special teams unit. So, yeah, that is a big missed opportunity there, and you're right. They got to score a touchdown now. Field goal is not going to matter here. That's the bad news, but the good news is they all got that offense going, highlighted by that big pass play from Kress to Curtin, right over the middle, putting the Tritons at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal. And just as we were talking about the Blue Jays, Ricardo, having a chance up 10-0, moving the ball a little bit, a chance to kind of bleed the clock, put it away, the fumble, and now the score.
Well, I think we're seeing a pretty good game here now, though, Brett. A little bit of scoring, still defense leading the way. $8:15 left here in the 4th quarter. The score on your Community First Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Food scoreboard, 10-6 advantage for Menasha. Notre Dame, though, down 10-0, gets the 2-yard touchdown run from Zellner. Extra point is missed. I should say, what do you call that?
It was just a botched snap.
Just a botched snap.
Snap, a low snap. Kick failed, I think, is what the box score would read. And now you see the kickoff, the winds are swirling down there, so they have to have a holder here. Need a big kick.
Maurer with the kickoff return.
And a pretty good return near the 30-yard line. So another opportunity with 8:07 to play for the Blue Jays to really milk the clock here. I know 8:07 seems like a lot, but as I said earlier, we've seen this play out before where they just keep getting first downs, and in no hurry, and next thing you know, there's 2 minutes left and the game's just about over. So we'll see. See if the Blue Jays can play clean. Conversely, we'll see if the Tritons, they forced 3 turnovers so far, try to make it a 4th or get a stop, 3 and out. Well, I think the Notre Dame side has got to be feeling pretty good right now.
Good run up the middle for Menasha.
Spaeth trying to find something, about 3-yard pickup, 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, nothing like a clock-chewing drive, Brett. If you're Menasha, that would be so nice right now. Or at least flip field position. Make it difficult for Notre Dame to
burn a few minutes, yeah. Korth to Spieth again, and here's a big 3rd down now. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5, 5.5. Guess we'll officially call it 5. Ball going to be at the 35-yard line. So, chance for this Notre Dame defense to get off the field quickly.
I say get it in the hands of Kahn.
Yeah,
that's a little playmaker for you. Really tough to match up against for Notre Dame's defense.
Yeah, here comes Kahn near side, split wide. Maybe see if he runs a reverse or some type of a jet sweep.
Noel in defense for him.
Korth looking, and just, again, miscommunication. I think he was looking towards Van Dijnhoven, but 3 and out.
It's what you want for Notre Dame. Plenty of time. 6:49 left in the 4th. Fourth down and 5. Punting situation for Menasha.
Ooh. Oh, I thought Spaeth was going to take off. One of those rugby kicks. Fielded cleanly. Is that Zellner?
It is. It's the 27. Look out.
Yeah, he's got a lot of space on the far sideline. You can see right in front of that Triton bench. They're jumping up and down. And how about this? Out at about the 30-yard line. And things have flipped here at Calder Stadium. The Tritons with all sorts of momentum now.
A 42-yard punt return, Brett. They're marking that at the 31. So Zellner really doing a great job. Had the touchdown. And now a big punt return has them in business. Notre Dame, 6:31 left in the fourth. Three receiver set, two near side.
Hand off to Zellner. Ooh, 96 for the Blue Jays, getting in there pretty fast. Ben Talbot, check that. Talbot, the senior defensive lineman, wrapping up Zellner quickly. No gain.
I think it's going to be no gain, Brett, on that.
See if this little running game, or at least keeping the defense honest enough, maybe that could set up another big pass play for Kress and this offense.
Well, definitely 4-down territory. You can't field goal does you no good here.
Absolutely. Nice little draw play, Zellner. Nice little cutback.
Oh,
Zellner's in the open field. Ricardo down to the 10, inside the 10 to the 9. Boy, he put a good little move on there.
He did, Brett. You saw that developing, showing the quickness and the footwork of Zellner. Really having a strong fourth quarter.
But I think the patience too. He didn't try to overdo it on that run. So waiting for some of those blocks by attacking when he saw the opening. So 1st and goal at the 9, and Notre Dame knocking on the door, looking to take the lead. Hand off Zellner. Ooh, nice little move outside. Is he in? He is near the goal line. Where are they going to mark it?
Right at the 1, it looks like. Inside the 1.
So 2nd and goal, officially going to be at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, right at the 1.
Yeah, right at the 1. 2nd down coming up. And 3 cracks at this 1-yard potential score. Zellner. And no, I think he's stopped. Look at number 27 there for the Blue Jays. Elliott Frank again, the sophomore linebacker. Holding on for dear life.
Two more cracks at it, though, for Notre Dame, Brett. And Menasha's defense really needs to stiffen here.
I wonder if you could do like a little play action, kind of fake that dive up the middle and even get Kress going on a rollout, bootleg, something like that. Let's see what is in the playbook. You hear the Menasha fans in front of us cheering on the Blue Jays defense. Kress, another handoff. Nothing. I think that was Kahn upending Zellner. Wow. And 4th down coming up, and Notre Dame, I believe, wants to call a timeout.
Tell you, Kahn, he's got the it factor. He just has a little explosiveness when it comes on offense, on defense. I mean, that was a big-time tackle, Brett. Pretty fearless throwing his body out there in harm's way. One more stop if you're Menasha. That's what you need here to hold on to this 10-6 lead.
I think that was a 1-yard loss, too. I think that ball's at the 2-yard line. Yeah, the scoreboard says the 1, but my binoculars are telling me it's the 2.
It certainly looked like it was a loss.
I'll have to see.
I can see it. It's in between the 1 and the 2.
So he officially maybe makes
it
it
in the middle of the hash. It's kind of tough to kind of look at it from this angle.
Well, we'll see.
I'll call it 4th and 2.
There we go. We'll see what the sideline official where he spots. That's where I always try to look. So here we go. This is a big moment. Hopefully we have more big moments in our second Varsity Game of the Week live stream coming up tomorrow night at Paul Engen Field. Appleton North hosting Appleton East. Are we calling it the Super Conference? Is that kind of what everybody's dubbing that, nicknaming it.
I like calling it the super. I do like calling it the super conference.
There we go. That should be fun. Our live coverage again, 6:45 on postcrescent.com. Here we go. 4th down and 2. The Tritons. Zellner, nothing.
Who was that? 20.
I think that might have been 27. I think Kahn was in there.
27.
Who is number 27? Let's give him a
Frankie.
shout out. Elliot Frank. Wow.
Turnover on downs. Possession, Blue Jays.
And that fires up that Blue Jay sideline. Zellner got, they're marking it inside the 1, so he got close. So credit Menasha for getting the stop, but now they got some work to do. They got some timeouts, or I should say some first downs they need to pick up to try to put this thing away.
But boy, if you're Notre Dame, you
got to score.
3 shots at the 1.
Got to score.
Get it on 2nd down and 1, and a lot of things to learn from this game. Coach Rader's just beside himself. Team not able to pop it in for that go-ahead score.
Little high snap. I think that's number 10. Is that Buckner again back in, the backup quarterback?
Ashton Buckner on the quarterback keeper.
I think you're right. I think at some point here you got to get it into Dante Kahn's hands, right? I mean,
In a
a
reverse or
playmaker,
something.
such an athlete out there.
Second down and 2.
Get it where the defense has to chase him. He's much too quick for any linebacker, probably most defensive backs as well.
Yeah, Buckner now in at quarterback again for Menasha. Not sure if the Korth's right calf is acting up a little bit, but let's see if Buckner can go. No, look like big 79. There's Tate Milton there bringing down Buckner. So here comes a big 3rd and short for the Blue Jays.
A loss of 1 on the keeper.
It'll be 3rd down and 3, Brett, from the 8.
3 at the 8-yard line.
Time is ticking down, but
Yeah, but this is going to be a short field
It
if
is.
the Tritons can hold the Blue Jays, force a punt.
and there's been some tough punts from this side of the field.
Menasha smartly taking its time, getting to the line, and let's see if that official there, is he going to start counting? They still got some time now. He's starting to make the move, so snap coming here pretty quick. Oh, Kahn, I think, just tripped up.
Dante Kahn on
So 4th down, Ricardo, tripped up is Dante Kahn, and that's going to have to send the punt unit out now for another chance. Notre Dame does have another chance to
I think Kahn's hurt
win
as
this
well.
game. Boy, that would be he did go down with oh boy.
possible loss on the play.
Something with that left leg. He kind of went down with no contact, so
Oh boy, this
yeah.
is not good news.
No, it is not good news because he's been fun to watch. Hopefully it's just a cramp. Well, as they tend to Kahn, hopefully he can get up. He's trying to.
Yeah, I think it might be a cramp.
I think if it was a knee, he'd be laying down. I don't think he'd be walking off. He's trying to walk that off, so that's good to see. I think he's going to stay in the game.
I think he has to come out.
I do too. I think he's like, I don't want to come out. He was going to go in the huddle and try to help the punt team out. So good to see that. It looks like it was just a cramp.
Loss of 1 on the play, though, Brett. 4th and 4 punting situation, and now you're putting it on your Menasha defense to come through again with 2:41 left here in the 4th.
Gives me a chance again to plug our great subscription deals. 6 months, $1 for the Post Crescent. Go to postcrescent.com/subscribe. You can't beat it. Same with the Press Gazette. 3 months for $1. greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe. Well, this was a big punt here.
Good end over end kick, though. Brett.
Great punt. Watch out, that's touched. Ooh, Zellner got it. Nice bounce. And gets out of bounds. Wow, that could have bounced any sort of way, and it kind of went right back to him. So no harm, no foul, I guess. And Zellner took
12-yard kick return or punt return. So good job by Zellner.
Yeah.
Could have been disastrous.
Yeah,
there.
I was going to say he took a very risky punt return and actually made it pretty favorable. So great field position again for the Tritons inside the 40. Down at the 38.
Well, here we go.
This is it, right? 2:13 to play.
We've been talking about how great the Menasha defense is. They're putting a spot again.
Well, let's see. I think Kress is going to have to make a play through the air to make this happen. No, Kress is he's not taking. That's number 16. Drop back. He's on the run. Who is that? Number 16, Samuel Legowski, a junior, and makes what looked like he was going to have minus yardage. Ricardo turns it into a first down. Nice run by the junior quarterback, 6'2", 180 pounds. So a little change up for the Tritons.
Yeah, takes it to the 22. 16-yard gain. Again, Samuel Legowski, 6'2", 180-pound junior. Brett, interesting to make the quarterback change. I wonder if there was an injury. He's still out there.
Well, Cressy, he came on the field, but then they pulled him back off. So maybe they just want to have a couple packages or some sort of a package in for Legowski here as he hands off to Zellner. Watch out! Wow, here we go again.
Hey, Maurer prevented a touchdown. Is that Maurer Spaeth? I can't tell. What really saved a touchdown there is Zellner.
First and goal at the 10. Here we go again. Clock is running. Minute 35 and counting. Tritons still have 2 timeouts, so plenty of time. Can the defense bail out the Blue Jays one more time? We're going to find out here shortly. And Legowski, Ricardo, in. Looking over the middle, and he was thrown to Kress. Oh, and they're going to have a flag on the play. Is there going to be a pass interference call? Let's see what the officials talk about here.
If it is, it's half. I think isn't it halfway to the goal, or is it a spot foul? This is where Ken, the official, would be able to help us out.
Well, let's see what the call is. It is defensive pass interference. Costly defensive penalty there. So half the distance, Ricardo. First and goal at the 5. You can hear the PA announcer in the background. 1:11 to go.
Boy, asking a lot of your defense to do this again, Brett, aren't you?
Oh, you sure are, but I think the Blue Jays are up to the challenge. Let's see. Now I think Kress is back in at quarterback.
He is. And Kahn is out there as well.
So first and goal from the 5, and now we have another timeout. And I think the Blue Jays want to burn, their final timeout of the game. Yeah, we end up having a nice, interesting, fun, close game here in our spring football opener. Someday, guys, 10 years from now when we're retired and rich and hanging out at our boats, we'll talk about that spring season. We'll take turns hanging out on each other's yachts, just sailing away, right? Door County?
Yachts?
Why not?
You renting?
Maybe. Yeah, that might even be inexpensive. Maybe I'll just get a rowboat. I think you can
inflatable.
Yeah, a little dinghy.
Yep.
I think you can find probably a nice used rowboat on Facebook Marketplace for probably $20.
So here we go. 1:11 left in the fourth quarter. 10-6 lead for Menasha on your Community First Fox Cities Marathon and Festival Food Scoreboard.
Ricardo, 4 cracks from the 5-yard line. Kress under center. Nope. Oh, little pitch. Look at this. And Zellner is in. 5-yard score. How about that for a little play?
Well, you know, Kress held on to that to the last second. Brett. He was in the hands of a defender.
Yeah, I thought
and then
he was
able to pitch it.
I was just going to sing Seth Spaeth. I think number 3 was in there to try to bring Kress down, but Kress showing the strength to stay on his feet and got just enough on the pitch for Zellner to pick it up. 5-yard score.
Wow. 12-10 lead, but yeah, Brett.
Give Notre Dame credit because, Ricardo, this felt like this was Menasha's game. It felt like they were close to just putting this away. Kick is good. That's a big extra point. 13-10, Notre Dame with the lead as we look at our Festival Foods and Community First Fox Cities Marathon scoreboard. And again, we appreciate everybody watching us tonight. Please do so again tomorrow night. Appleton North, Appleton East. The rivals going at it. A Fox Valley Classic Football Conference showdown. The only time we'll ever say Fox Valley Classic Football Conference,
yes.
right?
Well, I hope so.
6:45 is when we go live on postcrescent.com, facebook.com/postcrescent, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. And again, if you want that digital subscription information, just check the scroll running at the bottom of your screen. postcrescent.com/subscribe, greenbaypressgazette.com/subscribe. Well, here's the dilemma for Menasha. Now you got Kahn back who can take this all the way, but no timeouts. The Blue Jays are out of timeouts.
They did. They used that to shore up that defense on that last possession for Notre Dame.
So it's big here to get a really good kickoff, and that's exactly what the Tritons do. It's going to be taken at the 5. That was number 10 for Menasha, Ashton Buckner. And here we go with 58.9 seconds to go. Ball will be marked at the 31.
Well, the clock does stop after each first down, Brett. But yeah, tough road ahead here for Menasha.
Well,
but you do just need to get in the field goal range.
And here's the other dilemma: the passing game has just not been in
that
sync,
is true.
and they're going to have to start slinging the ball around here a little bit to get down at least in field goal range. As Spaeth quickly running off the field. Korth waiting for the snap. Here we go. And the lefty looking. He's got time. And time is starting to run out. Looking for somebody downfield, and it's into the dirt, into the turf. Intended for number 12, Van Dijnhoven. So good coverage downfield by the Tritons. Nowhere to throw. He had time.
He did. He still appears to be limping a little bit, does Korth.
Don't know if that's an injury or if that's a cramp that's just kind of acting up. But give him credit. He's out there trying to play through it. Seeing if he can lead his team to a late win or send this one into overtime with a field goal. Long way to go, though. Second down coming up for Korth. Again, he's got time and nothing. Wow, great coverage. That was intended for Kahn, but that was number 48, Aiden Wolfram, the senior linebacker coming in fast, 6'2", 220 pounds.
Bang, bang play. Good timing by Wolfram. Wolfram? Is that how you say it?
Wolfram. So 2 plays, 2 more stops. Ricardo and Notre Dame will be in victory formation. And what a nice comeback for Mike Rader if they can pull this off.
Yeah, one time down 10-0, Brett. 13 unanswered points.
Yeah, and Menasha with the football. Korth wrapped up, gets away, and over the body, kind of over the middle throw, and that's to number 81. Who is that? That is Mason Shanky, the senior wide receiver. The clock is running. 4th down and 2 to go, and I agree. Do not call a timeout if you're Notre Dame, right? Make the Blue Jays play and hurry up. Watch out, Korth being chased. He's being flushed and tackled. Sacked. That's number 63.
Sam Smet.
Yeah, Sam Smet, Ricardo, the junior defensive lineman, 6'2.5", 215 pounds. And all Notre Dame has to do at this point is take a knee. This game is over. What a comeback by the Tritons.
Yeah, great play by their defense, Brett. Korth trying to move around, buy time, make a play, and Smet able to not be fooled by any of the antics, I should say, by Korth.
You can see Korth still limping out there as well, so trying to gut through an injury or a cramp. We still don't know. But with the Blue Jays all out of timeout, all the Tritons have to do is take a knee. Credit that Notre Dame defense. Again, nowhere for Korth to throw any one of those situations.
And Menasha can't stop the clock.
And that's exactly what Kress does, and this is how this opener is going to end.
Real quick, Brett, if I may, Menasha, as the final seconds tick off, there was a lot of disjointed offensive series. Nothing really seemed smooth for Menasha. I think that's something for both teams, actually. You're going to see improve. This looked like a first game.
Yeah.
A lot of turnovers, I think 5 total. And
but the one really turned this game around because Menasha was up 10-0, had the ball, looking to do something, turn it over, and then that led to, I forget how long that play was from Kress to Curtin, but that set up
40 yards.
Yeah, after that was it was a 10-0 game at that point, and then they scored a touchdown 10-6. Extra point was missed, but yeah, that was I think a big
that was a fumble
right
by Menasha on a 3rd down and 7 situation that led to the 48-yard drive that led to that touchdown that made it 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
And then a big punt return by Zellner, 43 yards. Now, that set up a drive that ended by a great defensive series by Menasha, but then that put them in position offensively to where any punt was going to give good field position right back to Notre Dame, and they were able to use that and get down and score that go-ahead touchdown.
Yeah, so congratulations to Notre Dame, and thanks to everybody checking us out tonight on our Varsity Game of the Week Prep Spring Football live stream. I know, Ricardo, you got to get down there.
I do.
Talk to some of the guys and look for a recap later tonight on.
It will be, yes. If you look on postcrescent.com, I'll have a quick recap of the game.
Yeah, and greenbaypressgazette.com as well. Well, don't forget about Dan Power's photo gallery. See some great images from this one on both of those websites. So let me run down the scoring and wrap things up for the first of 2 Week 1 Varsity Game of the Week live streams. Thank you, Ricardo. We will do it again in a couple weeks, I guess. But Menasha got on the scoreboard first. It was a scoreless first half. First points of the game came by Menasha on a 28-yard field goal from number 98, Samuel Blanchette. Came with 8:04 to play, made it 3-0 Blue Jays. And then a 23-yard run by Dante Kahn with 4:26 to go in the third quarter. The kick was good, and the Blue Jays looked like taking command, up 10-0. And then as we talked about, Menasha fumbled the football, and the Tritons turned that turnover into a big score, a 2-yard run by number 20, Will Zellner. The kick was no good on a low snap, made it 10-6, and then just moments ago with 1 minute and 4 seconds remaining, the game winner, a 5-yard run, kind of a little pitch from George Kress to Will Zellner, completed a 5-yard run. Kick was good. The Tritons hold on defense, and Notre Dame is 1-0 on the season after a 13-10 victory. Up next for the Tritons, they're at Racine Case on Wednesday. Kickoff is set for 7 p.m. The Blue Jays, they're at Racine Horlick. That's next Thursday. Kickoff also set for 7 p.m. As for us, again, we'll be back at it tomorrow night as Appleton North hosts rival Appleton East. That's a Fox Valley Classic Football Conference showdown at Paul Engen Field. Our live stream coverage will kick off at 6:45 p.m. on postcrescent.com. The Post Crescent's Facebook page, and our USA Today Network Wisconsin YouTube channel. You can access our previous Game of the Week live streams on our USA Today Network Wisconsin websites. Again, go to the sports section, scroll down until you see the Watch Our Varsity Game of the Week Prep live streams link. And once again, thank you to our sponsors. First, Festival Foods. The folks at Festival Foods know that getting involved and doing good is part of being a good neighbor and member of the community, and they strive to be a true asset to our communities and embody the give-back spirit of Wisconsin. And of course, the Community First Fox Cities Marathon. Those folks over there, registration is open for the 30th running of the marathon. Visit foxcitiesmarathon.org for details. So for Ricardo, Rosie, and of course our crew with USA Today Network Wisconsin, I'm Brett Christopherson signing off from Calder Stadium here in Menasha, Wisconsin. Once again, the final score tonight, Notre Dame 13, Menasha 10. Thanks for watching, everybody.